What's up, everybody? It's Monday. Everybody, it's Monday. It's Monday. And don't nobody want to be at work. Don't nobody want to be tired from work. It's Monday. All right, y'all. So I got some peoples that I'm bringing in today. Some peoples have been here before. Some peoples that may not have been here before. If anybody peoples want to come in here, you get in the Discord. There's a link. Come on in and hang out and tell us your thoughts on Monday. But yeah, it's already the end of March, people. Monday. That means we're like, come on. There's so much coming up in the next 45 days. 45 days. So 45 days, we're gonna be getting some Lego Star Wars. All right, let's call it 60 days. Let's go till this time. Okay, let's go till right at the end of May. We got some Lego Star Wars. We got some, I will get into this also, some Jedi Fallen Order 2. We got some Bad Batch, I think, is coming. And then we got the Kenobi. So there's a lot going on. Let's talk about this.
Let's do it.
Yo.
How are you, dude? How you been?
I'm good. It's Monday. It's the end of the day on Monday. Everybody's coming. Let's chill out. Let's take it down a notch.
Heck yeah.
And let's talk about some stuff, man. There's a lot coming. There's some stuff that was announced this week that I think is pretty interesting already. I mean, this weekend, I was reading.
Yes.
Jedi Fallen Order 2 will be a May release. So I'm thinking May the 4th.
May release.
That's what I read.
Whoa. I haven't heard that.
I thought it was IMG or
Really?
IGN that dropped that.
That's wild. I don't know if I saw that then. Because I saw that there was going to be kind of first trailers and title announcements and stuff at Celebration, but I didn't hear a May release. That's
rumors. Here we go. At Star Wars Celebration. So May.
The game's coming out, or that we're gonna
I guess it's gonna be unveiled.
Yes, that's what I think.
Formal debut, though. I mean, formal debut means release to me.
Is it though? We don't even know the title of the game yet.
I know, it's so good. Yo,
my God, what's up, Hawks?
What up, guys?
What's up? Chilling Obsession. What's going on?
There's a lot of Nerdvention going on in here. That's all. That's all I was like,
oh, she's in here. Getting in.
Yeah, bro. I see a lot of Nerdvention going on in here, and I love it.
I'm down.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna call it, but that's coming. Bad Batch. Did I hear Bad Batch 2 is coming?
I think it is. That one's interesting. I think it should be coming this year still, and a lot of people were speculating that it probably wouldn't because Bob Iger didn't mention it coming out this year. But I think he was talking about the live action shows coming this year, which I think investors would care more about. But who knows? I still think Bad Batch, Andor, Kenobi, and then maybe even Mandalorian season 3 at the end of the year.
Andor, bro. I mean, I think that's the
everybody's speaking
the dog
super
nobody's talking about, right? That's the last place pony nobody's given any respect, and I think that's going to come out as a banger, to be honest.
It should.
I mean, look at Mandalorian. Mandalorian came out as, this thing nobody knew what was, and then boom, it's a banger.
Didn't I heard Star Wars Meg say that Andor is going to feel like the most Star Wars thing they've done yet?
That would be amazing.
And if you think about it in the timeline, it's right around like Rogue One, right? Like
Rebels too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It could span. We don't even know how much time it could span. Like this.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get
seasons.
To the point of Cassian and his character, since it is the Andor show. I think he talks about in Rogue One how he's been a part of the fight since he was 6 years old. We could have scenes of this dude as a 6-year-old and like what he's going through in the war, and and that's just like the tip of the iceberg of like some of the small things that we could get in this show. I do think it should be pretty freaking wild.
Yeah, his relationship to the rebellion very similar to Din Djarin's. I feel like, he was a kid picked up by the Mandalorians, and he's been with them fighting their war ever since. Now we're gonna see a kid like Andor kind of caught up in the same situation.
Well, and what about the main character in Rogue One?
Jin.
Jin. I mean,
Jin
what
herself.
about her? She's the same way. She's been fighting the fight since then. So are we going to get a younger Jin somewhere in there, even if it's a path crossing or a secret,
a small little thing,
a small just passing in the background? I mean, she was on her own for a long time.
Her dad could definitely be a big part of it, because who knows? Cassian could have been on this trail of what's going on with his secret thing that he's working on for a long time. It is supposed to be kind of a spy kind of or a show. So I would love to see any kind of stuff like that. I mean, one of the big things, real quick, that I'm really hoping we could see is Thrawn. Thrawn could be in the show, and not a lot of people are even talking about that, but this is the exact kind of time period that he's at the height of his power. What if he's kind of spying on Thrawn and this new alien dude that's reached to the highest points of
as a
the
kid
Empire,
too, I want to see that. I want to see a child spy, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I want to see a little kid doing some recon for against the Empire. Now.
Yo.
Oh my god. Finally got home wearing his Eagle Fang karate.
Oh yeah, I gave up on today right at the start and didn't even change my shirt from last night.
Yep. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Yo, I can't with Matt Risman. This dude said maybe Cassian Andor will only be in one episode or two.
Savage. I mean, look, it would be cool to see some Saw Gerrera.
Yes.
Right? I mean, he's totally active and doing some craziness during this time. Maybe less robotic than he is in Rogue One. But there's a lot of opportunity there, man. There's a lot.
So many different things they could do.
Well, and I think because nobody sees this coming.
Yeah,
right? Like that's the
package is the Andor show.
Well, and nobody
didn't somebody report there's going to be like over 200 named characters or some there's going to be a crazy amount of like names in the show.
How long
I guess
is the show?
12 episodes.
I gotta look up where
12 episodes. You're gonna name
for one
200
season.
people, so you're dropping like what,
That's
like 20 people an episode? I mean, jeez.
I'm definitely over exaggerating, but
it's gonna be a lot in the rebellion, though. That's like they could have the old school characters put back in using old footage potentially, just like they did for Rogue One. There's, we'll probably see Mom Mothma again. We'll probably see Bail Organa. We'll see,
maybe even young Leia, because why not?
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of people to show up.
Yeah,
3PO. What's it? Anthony Daniels.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course. R2 right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's
both of you.
I think Andor's the hidden sleeper. Yeah, he's always over my shoulder.
That's my little buddy.
But yeah, I mean, I think Andor's the hidden sleeper.
Bro, I mean, give me more Orson Krennic on that show too.
Bro.
Facts.
Well, I mean, go back to Moff Tarkin also. Could we see more Moff Tarkin in this?
Well, I'm saying Thrawn.
I mean, yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, if
I really got to figure out how they're going to fit Thrawn in.
Now, well, okay. I mean, look,
if this is in the main movies and stuff.
If this is crazy, and I'll put this out there, kind of like what X-Wing calls his nuclear take, right? But could we see Kanan and Ezra somewhere in this, because it's same timeline? So could we see the crew of the Ghost? Could we get our first taste of live action Sabine and live action Ezra and de-aged a little bit before?
I'm a Rebel simp, so give it to me.
Dude, I just got done watching the season finale today. Like, I went through the whole last 4 episodes just for giggles.
Retweeted your tweet the other day.
Hell
Nice.
yeah, I saw
And
that.
could we get the crew of the Ghost? Is that the kind of cameos that they're talking about? Is that, look, man, the Ghost is running around wreaking havoc, and if we're going to see Thrawn, we need to see a frustrated Thrawn.
Yo,
Hey,
what
hey,
up?
Yo.
we need to see a frustrated Thrawn, or that's constantly being harassed by this Ghost crew. So we know that there's several cells in the rebellion.
Well,
Yeah.
Rebels.
we already saw the
Dude.
Ghost in Rogue One,
And Chopper.
depending on how far back. Hey, what's up, Strike?
What else,
um,
Strike?
Depending on how far back this show takes place from Rogue One, we could see the whole crew. Dude, I want to see live action Zeb.
Dude, so this is from the direct, and I guess this was on the show's sizzle reel. So it says 200 named cast members and over 6,000 extras.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. This could go really deep into Rebels, and we could get our first Sabine, our first live action Rex, our first Hera Syndulla, a live action Kanan for a while. And then introducing the actor that is going to play Ezra, de-age him a little bit next to a Kanan, and then that leads us into Ahsoka show, right? Like, this could be some more Rebels stories right out of the gate.
Do you think we would
Talking
get
Andor, right?
Yeah, Andor. Yeah. Do you think we would get Freddie Prinze Jr. playing
I
Kanan?
was just wondering that.
Dude, I mean, he's kind of cray, but he kind of fits the he's full blown. He's full balls crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I love Freddie Prinze. He is full, chock full of nuts, almonds, crazy. I love him. Like, I love
He's
him.
a bit of an idiot, but yeah.
He is.
That's the thing, though. Like, say what you
agree
will
with
about-
everything that's been said.
Yeah,
but it's fantastic.
His
It's like
character's
watching a
amazing.
train wreck live. You're like, I want to look away and stop listening, but I can't. Hold on. Right? It's
what?
fantastic.
We all watched Tom Cruise jumping on people's couches and yelling about stuff, but we all went to the next Mission Impossible. We don't care how crazy they are.
Do another She's All That. Do a She's All That too, and I'll watch it. It's Freddie Prinze Jr., dude. He's hilarious.
Just give him the ponytail and everybody will
That's
watch
what I'm saying.
it.
Give him the ponytail and everybody will
Even the
forget that
haters
he
will
said
watch.
He hates Star Wars fans or whatever he said about Star Wars fans, whatever. They'll forget all about it, bro.
That's hysterical.
Because I think you got to give it to him. You can't have another voice actor come in and do it unless that guy is like the voice duplicate.
They designed Kanan to pretty much look like him. Like,
and act like him too, if you really think. Kanan was kind of a dick. Right? I mean, let's be real. He was kind of a dick.
He's actually
It's
one of my
Monday,
favorite
guys.
guys.
He's definitely a great. I like him way more than I like Freddie.
Well, yeah, for sure. He's got his likable stuff.
And he became way more chill after he lost his eyes.
Yeah, I think that really humbled him.
Calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, now.
Yo.
Oh no, who's that?
Oh, wow.
Did somebody say Freddie Prinze Jr.?
And he manifested.
I hate that guy.
If you say Freddie Prinze Jr. 3
Too many
times,
times.
X-Wing appears.
Yep.
If he pops up in a little square with us, that would just break the internet.
Hey, Freddie's welcome. Go get into the Discord and come on in and
Come
yell
on,
at
Fred.
us.
DM
Love
him
it.
the link.
It would be so much fun.
Send
You know what's
this man a link.
hysterical? I freaking know him from the Scooby Doo movie where he actually played Freddie. That's how I know Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yep.
I know Freddie Prinze Jr. from being the pretty boy in the rom-coms when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
Freddie
yeah.
I remember.
Forget She's All That, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and
Yeah, all those ridiculous ones were great, bro, from the 90s. But look,
Oh yeah.
I mean, give the man his due. He, the character was great, right?
Yes.
So, and if we're gonna get this, if there's gonna be up to 200 cameos, right? I think you got to see the Ghost Crew during this time. If it's
200
true rebellion-
cameos.
That's what's
that's
apparently
what
being
it is.
said.
That's
By
not
the
apparently,
masses.
that is in the sizzle reel of the Andor show on the Star Wars YouTubes.
Who said
I mean, listen, if they actually
So-
start from like him being 6 years old and like in the Clone War until like Rebels, I mean, not that hard. I mean,
Until A
quite
New
a few
Hope.
characters.
Is this the article that's like
Practically.
3 days old from
I mean-
CBR?
Rogue One, really, but
I didn't read this.
CBR. No, it's from the direct. I heard.
Oh, we were just talking about this is old stuff, but
Yeah.
the Disney Plus Andor sizzle reel.
Nobody talks about Andor
It
either.
says there's 200 named
Dude, I'm hyped for
characters.
Andor.
Right.
Right.
Named,
That's
I
what
mean,
I said.
I'm hyped for
I
it. It's just
gotcha.
nobody talks about
right.
it.
And in
I mean,
those
we're talking
200
200 named characters. Why are they naming 200? There's going to be so many familiar people that we know. I
and
don't.
the-
Yeah, we could get
and
all the
time
ghosts pretty
span, like
easily.
if this kid has truly been on the side of the rebellion since he was 6 years old,
No,
that
no.
means
That
Yo,
was
Star
during the
Wars
Clone War.
fans.
He was on the
that's what I'm saying.
Separatist side.
he was. Oh wow, that's an even crazier take.
Mm-hmm. He was not a Republic.
Well, I mean, technically, he was on the right side then.
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
In terms of the rebellion, it was way easier for him to just join. Yep, Empire bad.
Was there a
Right.
right side?
right? Was there a right side?
Heroes on both sides.
I think that's the
Well, yeah,
whole point. is
If
that
this
there
kid
isn't.
is playing the game since he was 6, which means he's playing the game
oh, well, the
during the
Empire,
Clone
that's
Wars and then into adulthood, into Rebels, bro. There's so many characters we could see him run across. Maybe somebody like Honda Onaka that's been around since the time of the Clone Wars all the way through to the end of Rebels. Like we could see some characters like that. Zeb, a live action Zeb would be sick.
That'd
or-
be dope.
Yeah,
They
man.
can mess
If
it up.
they if they pull it off right, it definitely could be dope.
Or they could mess it up in large.
He'll have
fashion.
like a Powin head, you know, and yellow eyes. We're just like, are you kidding me at this point?
It'll just be a Teletubby with yellow eyes and
Yeah.
and
That's just gonna be like a stuffed animal cameraman and a green screen.
I mean, I would rather them CG it a bit if they're gonna do
Yeah,
it right.
me
Yeah, I
too.
think they'll
Me
they'll
too.
CG
Man
I'm
in
it.
a
cool with
green
that.
suit.
I mean, speaking of Jedi Fallen Order, since we're talking about it, you know, and today's stream and everything, I think his master looks fantastic in the game. And obviously the game's a little bit more advanced than certain stuff, but they kind of do bring game engine stuff into the volume and everything. So
I mean,
Dude,
I would
Charlotte
rather them
Paul.
put the man in the green suit,
yeah, Gerard
use
Paul.
his face, and either that or the
Yeah.
dots, the ping pong balls.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
mean,
just-
Mocap.
for like
Okay,
Zeb's
thank you.
species, you can't even use an actor because like their legs are literally like to
Well,
the front.
you
Like
can
you
put 'em on
can't do that
stilts.
with a
From the
human.
leg.
They
Yeah,
did-
that's what
they-
I would do. I would mocap him on
Back.
stilts.
Yeah, for sure. Do them the way they did the Hulk, right?
Do you guys remember First
K2SO.
Contact with Charlie Sheen
Mhm.
Yeah.
when they had the knees that bent the wrong way?
Yep.
Oh, that should creep me out.
Isn't that like
It
Max
was practical
Rebo?
though.
Right,
He's got like the crazy long legs.
It
Yeah.
seems like this show is so underrated because of everything that's coming in the year that it's coming out that I think it's going to shock people at how good it is. Thoughts?
Probably.
Honestly, I don't even think it's that underrated. Like
I
literally,
don't think it is,
Everywhere I
but-
look, it doesn't matter where. It's always like, yeah. I mean, Andor is really underrated in my opinion. Like,
Maybe just a sleeper because it's the
It's a
show less
sleeper.
talked about. It's the
Yeah, because
sleeper
nobody
of the
cares
group.
about Cassian Andor, but they're not thinking about the time period and the stuff that he's going to be running into.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I don't think Andor is going to be the best part of the Andor series.
nah.
Can you imagine a 7-year-old, a Vader walking by a 7-year-old? Because you know that's coming in. Because it's right about the time somewhere in this show, a young Andor could literally watch a Vader pass by.
Or watch the Emperor or something, you know.
Or-
who knows?
Or we have literally a reversed like flashback of what we seen in Mando with Mando's childhood, where the droids came into his homeworld. We see the clones invade his homeworld, and the droids
Yeah.
are protecting
Yeah.
him, but the clones come in and like take over his world.
Other
Laying
side
that
of the
seed
coin.
that all men in white uniforms are bad.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting take.
It's still a ways out
Yeah.
too, right? I feel like they have other shows that they need to PR and talk up before they start talking up
end of the
Andor,
year
but
at
it's
least.
coming soon.
Well, I think another reason it's not very popular is because we haven't gotten any hot takes yet. You know what I
That's
mean?
definitely-
They're not
Yeah.
No
talking about
scoops.
diverse casting for people to get mad about and stuff like that, you know?
I mean,
Well,
that is true. I'm
200
glad that
characters.
it's not the case, but
Yeah.
Well, and they did also. I mean, they have so much on the docket ahead of that, though. I feel like this is the one they're, people don't know the story, so it doesn't hit as well as Boba Fett, Kenobi, the animated stuff, because he was in one movie. He was a B
Yeah.
character in one movie, and like you said, people just see the name. and they're like, well, who cares about this guy? But really, you're talking about the entire span of the rebellion and the separatist army into the rebellion. I mean, that's, Saul Guerrera. There's a lot of characters we could see a younger version of that make this really fun.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the alleged release date that Mamra's been threw out there that I've been seeing online and whatnot?
That's
Of
what I was
22?
Yeah.
No, yeah, this year. Of
This
course.
year.
That we already know it's this year. Iger said
I hope
it-
that's
said it
true.
was.
I hope that's true because if they do drop it this year and it's still this quiet and we're creeping up on it already, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say a word. Say nothing.
Just enjoy the
just leave
ride.
it.
Yeah.
No all killer, no filler. No.
No expectations, just enjoyment.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, please.
It-
it's a politics point there.
I do think we're going to see a lot of this stuff, though. I do think
Yeah.
we're going to see a lot of the emperor becoming the emperor. Where he's still the chancellor.
Good.
I think it would be cool if they showed how like chain codes came about and how everybody got a number and how they were
I think that
tracking
definitely
everybody
will.
and
Yeah.
I feel like they've been
Yeah.
touching on that a little bit in the Bad Batch already
to
too.
show the
so-
overall real like true umbrella of control that the Empire took in all these systems after everything.
It's a metaphor for vaccine mandates, man.
Oh, perfect timing then. We're good.
Right.
Man, they should really hire
you know,
X-Wing.
It's we carry around our own
Trackers.
GPS trackers with
Chain codes.
testing. They don't need to put chips in us.
Bunch
But,
of pictures in my butt.
But yeah,
My buddy's
so
always like, "Hey, wiretap, what's the weather today?"
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting thing that chain codes are not only for for the people, but for the vehicles also. Not a speeder, not a
everything you
ship,
own.
everything is marked by the Empire. So
it's all mandated, and that's why
Yeah.
Mando flies a non-regulated ship.
Mhm.
and now his new ship
So
just
funny.
faster than the devil, so he doesn't have to worry about getting a ticket. He just like catch me if you can, sucker.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Aiden, you're so quiet.
Sorry, I was playing Elden Ring. My bad.
Oh, do it. I love it. I love it when he
Iterations,
does
What
that.
are you even doing here?
I love it. And I just like seeing his face. That's okay. You just do me a favor. Just take the headphones off and shake your hair a little bit and just hang out in the background.
Sit there and look
There you go.
pretty.
That's all we need right there. You can play as many games as you want. It's Monday. Everybody's got a little bit of case of the Mondays. But yeah, man, I think this is going to be a good year. It didn't start off that great, but I think May is going to be hot. I mean, I think April is going to be lead up, and then one video game guaranteed, another release date on the other during Celebration. Kenobi comes out, Bad Batch is coming. May's going to be hot, and it should be. They left us hanging 2 years in a row.
Facts.
2 years in a
Yeah.
row. Not a
I'm
May
so
the 4th,
pissed, dude.
not a
Stone
celebration.
Cold. Stone
For
cold.
those of us going to Celebration, if we don't see an Andor or something,
Yeah,
I
right.
think we'll
what's
see
going
Andor.
on?
Celebration's gonna be hot this year. I
It's
guarantee
definitely gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hot this year.
Oh man, they sold out. They sold out of Jedi Master tickets in 8 minutes.
That's insane.
Wow.
In like 8 minutes.
Those are almost like $1,000, weren't they? Like $900.
$900. If you
Yeah.
if you go and go to buy them secondhand, they're like 3-4 grand. Crazy.
Oh boy.
Should have been a scalper.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we got
Good
we got
luck
our
even
tickets.
being there before it
Bro,
was
just
out.
wait until well, here's the funny take. And this is my silly perspective. We were talking about this earlier. If you're selling your tickets to Star Wars Celebration, sell them to me. I'll buy them. I'll give you 20% markup on whatever they are. Sell them to me. Because they're going to drop the mask mandate and all of that shit in California in the next 2 months. So all the people selling them because of the mask mandate and all that, you're selling. Perfect time to sell. Sell them to me. Sell them to me. 20% markup. Do it. Let's hand these over. I got all kinds of friends here that would love to go. Let's do it.
And then Obsession will see him
Get
at the
this
front
man
door
some
on the way back
tickets.
in. You still got my ticket? Like, nah, bro.
Nah, bro.
No. Nah, bro.
He's got it. Chief
Bro,
like smiling, going
just
in.
walked
Hey,
in with them,
thanks.
bro. Bye.
I have extra tickets myself right now. Actually,
Yeah,
we'll see
I
what
heard that
happens.
story. I heard that story.
It's definitely not good. The bank account's hurting.
I bet.
yeah, bro. I mean, it was expensive to get some tickets, but we, and we're probably like we were talking about in the backstage. I think whoever comes out, if anybody comes out, I'm thinking about don't hear nobody tell my better half. Shh, everybody promise not to tell. I might end up looking up and just getting like a sick big ass Airbnb for the 4 days.
That'd be so much fun.
And then setting up different areas so that everybody can stream together or stream on their own. And like, yeah, kind of like the Ewoks hype house,
The
but
Star Wars.
get everything
Why don't we just
together.
go
Get
crash
people to
AD's
pitch in on
house?
that,
no.
man.
I don't want to invite ourselves to somebody else's party, bro. I mean, it's gonna be awesome, but I mean, I think having a place to go hang
His
out,
fault. He told me where he lives.
having
yeah.
a place to go stream from that's got like a nice pool that you could like chill out after a long day of convention. I just think it'll be nice to everybody to have a place to go. So don't let nobody tell, but I'm probably gonna get yelled at for that. But I think I'm gonna do it just because it's gonna be so much fun if we just all get together and like 8 people streaming, not in boxes, but on one stream together.
Sold out.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think
Need
so.
some?
I mean, if you're
Hit
coming
me up,
down,
bro. I don't have Saturday, but hit me up.
I might hit you up.
let me know.
Do it.
We'll, like I said, we'll talk. But and as we get closer, like I said, people sell them to me. I will take good care of them.
When everybody goes on Saturday, I'll just tan naked at the hype house, and then
Hey-o!
There you go.
There's a whole new
Do it.
segment, skinny dipping with X-Wing.
There it is.
yeah, buddy.
This is
Yeah.
X-Wing reporting in the nude at Star Wars Celebration.
This is X-Wing, X-Wing. That's awesome.
I'm into it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm going to bring all my gear. I'm going to bring everything. I'm going to bring every piece of gear I have so that we can set up a full, like 8 people if we want to on stream at one time together in the same area, shooting Nerf guns at each other from the other side of the room, whatever. I think it'll be fun, man. It'll be one of the first actual interactions that I've had with human beings in forever, aside from work. So I think it'll be great, man. You East Coasters, we might have to lure you guys out, man.
I was gonna say, you get enough profit off all those tickets
Yes,
you're gonna buy and
please.
resell. You can fly me and Aiden out.
Yeah,
bro.
Me
yeah,
and
that'd
Matt
be
Cave.
good.
Put Matt Cave in the carry-on.
Bro. Yeah. Matt Cave's a carry on.
I'll crunch up as much as I can.
Bro, his beard wouldn't fit in the carry-on. Are you kidding? Bro,
You just
That's
get
what I
on my
was
back,
thinking.
man. He's my carry-on. I can carry him on.
haven't you seen a big baby before? He's
Yeah.
only 8 months. That's
What day is it? Is it
I believe it's what?
There's
May 20?
It's the
26th
weekend of
through the
Memorial
Buy
29th.
tickets right now.
Oh, it's
it
Memorial
must
Day
be
weekend?
over.
It's Memorial Day weekend. It's gonna be bananas.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be so bananas.
Yeah, driving to Anaheim every morning doesn't sound good.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's gonna still though. It's gonna be worth it.
Oh, I
Probably
mean,
take
of
a
course. I already have my tickets, but
Dude, that's gonna
I
be
can't wait
madness,
to, like,
I imagine.
Check out the pins in the store and all that stuff. Like that's what I'm super pumped to check out.
lift. Me too.
I can't lie. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. But yeah, man, I feel like Celebration's gonna be just insane this year. I mean, yeah, there's been a couple fumbles this year, but people have been chomping at the bit. Rissman's got it right here for us. Kenobi drops the day after,
the day before.
or the day
before,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
25th.
I was thinking about hitting
Dude,
the
live watch
Galaxy's
party?
Edge on the 25th, doing a little stuff over there before the madness, especially before Celebration, because I feel like during Celebration is going to be madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we could
That's
do a
probably
big
a good
live watch
idea.
party in the freaking house.
That's
For
what I'm saying.
Kenobi.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking no work during that time. No,
No,
sorry.
I might take the whole week off at this point.
Calling in sick. Sorry, guys. Can't do it.
So Friday is when it drops, but it would be Thursday night
Yeah,
at midnight.
technically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking for a new job, so
Wait, what?
yeah.
Thursday night? What the hell?
Because if it's Friday, that means it's Thursday at midnight.
Or are they
Actually,
gonna?
no, it would be Tuesday at midnight, right? Or wait,
Well,
when's the show actually
Wednesday?
come out? Fridays.
It comes out the 25th, the day before
Right.
celebration.
Oh, I'm on
which
the
is a
wrong
Wednesday.
frickin' I'm on the wrong month.
you're
I'm
on the
looking
wrong
at my
month.
You threw
calendar.
me off, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to take. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a lot of days.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the whole week. The whole week. X-Wing's like, that's...
X-Wing's
That-
like,
oh,
what's more
no.
important, Star Wars or my job?
You know the answer to that question. Come on.
There's plenty of jobs.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
I'm already
only one
prepping to
vacancy
take a
here.
vacation day that day, so it's just
I mean, Matt might be here on the red eye. Like, you don't know. Matt might be like, guys, I'll be there at 7 in the morning. I'm leaving at midnight, catching that red eye.
X-Wing's gonna put in his 2 week and then use 2 weeks of vacation.
Right.
Right? Yeah, dude. I mean,
2 weeks.
it's
Goddamn.
it's gonna be off the hook. I saw how fast it sold out, and we had like 7 computers open. We had like 2 tablets, 2 phones, 3 computers. Like, there were so many things going at one time to try to get in there, and we got in with 1 device, and that was game over. But even then, we were still in there in like 8 minutes, and all of the Jedi ones were gone.
wow, man.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if those are really worth it though. Like, what do you really get for the Jedi?
It's like early access to the
Yeah.
panels, right?
that's basically it. Early access to the panels.
I'm good.
Yeah,
bro.
but they order 66U at the end.
Oh, damn.
Sweet.
So you have to
That's the
just run
case.
away?
Oh, that sweet cold embrace. I wouldn't have to worry about that job anymore.
No.
Oh.
Just get it on the first shot, guys. That's all I gotta say.
They're
Well,
clones,
clones
not
are
stormtroopers,
precise, so I wouldn't
yeah.
worry about that.
Yeah, I think Jesus, this has 7 bedrooms. That's fantastic.
Dude, that would be nuts. My first year of
That'd
going
be
to
my
a con, I
first
do
year, too.
ICC and then go to Celebration like a month later.
I mean, you're closer to Celebration. It should be easier for you to get
A lot
to
closer
Celebration
to
than
Celebration. I could drive to
Yeah.
Celebration.
yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, it
Exactly.
yeah, on the 25th. But yeah, I mean, I think it's so close for us on the West Coast, whereas ICCC is right there in Nashville.
Fly all the way to Tennessee for
I
that,
know,
man.
bro. That one is like super far away. So
Yeah.
Flights are cheap.
Oh yeah, thank God it's in Anaheim from my perspective.
bro, yeah, it's gonna be nice. So
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
poor strikes in Germany. Like, oh, you guys suck.
Yeah, we're all talking about how far it is. He's like, go ahead.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
guys are all.
Halfway across the world.
I couldn't get there if I wanted to. Thanks a lot, guys.
Dude, I don't know if it's cheaper to fly or drive. It's a 9-hour drive. But round trip flights are only $185.
Oh, it might be cheaper to fly.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking with the way gas
Yeah.
is right
I'll
now.
stick
Yeah.
to my
Prices are
local
going
Salt
up.
City Comic Con.
I drive
Dude,
an
it's
F-150,
like
so
probably
You go
not
to
even
the
an hour
Gavin
flight.
yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
I
like
know.
45 minutes.
You know
Yeah,
the cool
dude.
thing about smaller
Just do
cons
that.
is I think it was 2 years ago, me, my girlfriend, the twins, and like maybe 5 other people sat in a room for an hour and listened to the skinny bully from the original Power Rangers just tell stories about being on set with all the actors and stuff. I
Nice.
can't remember. It wasn't Skull, the other kid. I don't remember
The
his
other
name.
kid, yeah.
But yeah.
I went in. I drove into the city with my best friend once, and we went up and just watched the in a small little hole in the wall, nothing little theater, the one-man Star Wars show, and then like a week later, we went to Nassau Coliseum for the traveling Star Wars museum.
Dude,
Which-
that's cool.
It was just fun. It was like kind of cheesy, whatever. But then they had a like an orchestra there, playing the music with big screens up, so there was clips of the movies going with lights and everything happening, sound effects and stuff. I was like, hey man, for the Coliseum, I was like, I'll take this. This is, it was a quick trip and cheap.
That's epic.
That's freaking cool.
So, is anybody excited about Bad Batch except for me?
I am.
Okay. And
The finale is really maybe the only reason that I was, if I'm being honest.
Finale?
Where they ended up.
He's talking about Wayland.
you're talking about the
Yeah.
cloning facility?
Tantus.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
I mean,
Johnny?
what else is there to be? What else is there to be
Gorge?
excited about Obsession?
I mean, bro, I still want to see that young Kanan,
Okay.
Hera
Yeah.
storyline. Like, show me their first interaction, right? Show
Mhm.
me that.
For sure.
Show me him becoming Kanan for
Circles
Caleb
right back to
Dune,
Freddie Prince. I like it.
right?
There
Right.
you
We're
go.
right back to Freddie.
Full circle.
Show me that. Show me that interaction. Show me some.
Actually, what happens?
I'm definitely driving, bro. I had the wrong dates. It's $800 the weekend of Celebration
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
Memorial Day weekend.
to fly an hour and an hour. $800.
Everybody is trying to get to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeesh.
Reportedly, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a bit of a time jump, and Omega is gonna be in armor.
Hell yeah.
I
Is it
don't
the
know if I've
prototype
heard
armor?
about the armor thing, but I did hear about the time jump. A lot of
mean, they
people
all
were
got armor.
speculating.
She
on
needs
I
that,
didn't hear
right?
about the time jump. So what's?
I mean, it
don't
would
get
make
it.
sense. I mean,
Either.
she's the only one
Yeah,
running around
please.
like all
Give her,
exposed.
give her the
Yes.
white helmet from Sid's friggin'
Mhm.
the Easter egg, like please, and that'll make at least
Oh, yeah.
some of season one make sense for people.
So now that's prototype armor, right? That white
Just kidding.
armor is prototype armor.
That's the
Yeah.
prototype Boba. They call it
Boba.
prototype, yeah, because it was what Boba was dressed in before they gave him his colors.
Right. Okay. So the fact that it's in the Bad Batch at all, who's made this prototype armor? Right? Like,
And,
where-
Well, originally it was Ralph McQuarrie, but I mean,
You talking about in universe?
Yeah,
They also
there's no
confirmed-
answer.
like
They
is
still
this,
need to confirm if it's Beskar or not, because we don't really know.
that's
Could
That's
be
my
plastoid.
Mm.
is
Right.
it Beskar or is it
Mhm.
Plastoid?
Right.
And
interesting.
Like
who
a
made-
fake in universe, like someone just faking Mandalorian helmets.
Forgery.
Like, trust me,
Mhm.
trust
Well,
me,
I
it's
mean,
like the original.
Super
This is
Beskar.
the real
Top
deal.
band is like
Super Beskar?
Get shot in the head.
Yeah.
It goes right through the helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's could Django have I mean, Django's had his armor since way back. So is that just prototype Mandalorian armor? Because
Oh yeah, that's no way related to Boba
Yeah.
or Django in universe.
It's more a nod, if anything, and
Yeah.
then I'm just hopeful that it turns into something because it just would make sense.
I think it'd be
think
cool
it
to
would.
see her get the armor and just kind of be more of the team and everything like that. I think a time jump would do that show well.
Yeah.
And I
I
know
was
some people
personally-
are worried about Omega and what she's going to do and her getting armor and being part of that. But there's bigger things to worry about because
there
we
is.
will get Grogu in a Megazord eventually, and that's just going to be awful.
so basically he's the
Oh, so
Jedi
good.
Master Jedi in the 9th Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically what he has been reduced to. Is that he is basically the what was his name?
oh yeah, I know what you
The
mean.
Margrave. So
Yeah,
he's
the
basically
Margrave.
Grogu is the Margrave.
the
now.
robot.
That's it.
Love
Grogu's
it.
Margrave. He's okay. So Grogu's the little guy from Men in Black, right? He's
Yes.
he's the
Orion's belt. The key
Orion's
is Orion's
belt,
belt.
Oh my god.
Or no,
Yeah.
they say the universe is in Orion's belt.
what's his word? Right. I mean, that's basically what he's been reduced to. Is Grogu is now. That's upsetting. It's
Maybe
sad.
teamed
I
up
don't
with
like.
Babu
I don't like any of that. I hope that's all hippopotamus shit. I
Well-
hope it's not really.
I can't defend it because I haven't seen any of that obviously yet. But I will say there's probably a whole season leading into that eventually. So maybe they can make it make sense. But I mean, off the
Right.
surface,
You
it
know what?
sounds bonkers.
The creators were like, everyone's making Power Rangers joke during Boba Fett, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you want Power Rangers?
No, I'll give you Power Rangers. I'm gonna give you something to
Love
talk
it.
about.
Okay. Now, on the real, what now? No, what if we see in the Bad Batch? Because at this point, has the Night of 1,000 Tears happened?
The
No.
Night of 1,000 Tears doesn't happen until after the Empire's fall.
After
the fall? Wait,
after
I
the
thought that was-
Republic falls.
No, well, most likely after the Empire falls, because, and this is why I'm confused with the timing of it, because it happened after Bo-Katan was given the Darksaber during Rebels.
Right.
Happened
So-
immediately after. Like
Do
right
we know
after.
if it was right after?
It's got. I mean, I would think it would be very close.
I guess that would make sense because that would actually be the time of the Empire.
I don't think it's like at the after the end of like episode 6, because I mean those were quite a
Okay.
few TIE bombers.
It's like a 4-year span though, maybe
So
5.
it was
so
between
that's why
4
I'm like,
BBY and 5 ABY, somewhere in there.
somewhere
Well,
probably between
right.
0 and 5. Is
We're
what I
thinking
would say.
Bad Batch
That's what I'm
crosses
saying.
over with Mandalorian universe, like go into.
Well, Mike, the reason that I ask is because if we haven't seen the Night of, or if we haven't occurred the Night of 1,000 Tears, hasn't happened yet. When we see Omega, could she go to Sid's, grab that helmet, meet the armorer, and ask for armor? Because she is definitely a Maul sect Mandalorian, our armorer. So
I
could
think
those,
it's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
on that end.
I mean, the Night of
You need
1,000
knowledge
Tears
of
is
them.
like so far down the line. I think the time jump is only like 2 years.
it's probably not a super
even
big
better.
time,
She
though.
there's I mean Maul's is Maul's sect still out there at that time.
Maul would be probably at the height of his power, and it could. I've had a theory it could lead into that Crimson Dawn Maul show that we heard about, but I don't really think that's true. That's the one
If
way
they were
that
going
we
to do
can.
one.
I would like
Yeah.
to see the armorer in the Bad Batch.
I mean, I will say they did kind of set up kind of stuff like that with the Pike Syndicate and everything in the episode that I honestly hated, but I was like, I promise, literally, I remember watching that episode. I was like, that episode sucked, but I promise you it's going to be important in season 2.
Oh, what, my Martell Sisters episode?
No. That
the,
episode sucked too. The one
That's
with the
my favorite
freaking Daveronian guy.
Lord of the Rings episode.
Oh, yes.
Don't
Yes.
awaken
Lord
the
of the Rings
darkness.
episode.
Yes.
What?
The
The,
dark.
Where they're like on the carts and like Wrecker
Oh.
drops something like "Don't awaken the
Yeah.
whatever,"
Mm.
which is like a total
Oh,
nod to
in
"Don't
the
awaken
mines.
waters."
Yeah. The Mines of Moria.
Yeah,
Fool of a took.
that's why it's the Lord of the Rings episode.
It's 100% what happens, right? They drop it down the hole
It's
and it wakes
100%
everybody
exactly
up.
the
Yeah.
same scene.
yeah, it's the same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
Pippin.
hysterical.
I would like to see the Maul Mandalorians during the Bad
That'd be
Batch,
dope.
especially if they're going to
They're
fast
They're gone
forward.
though,
If they're going to
because
fast
now
forward.
Maul's gone. Empire took over. New armor. There are no
Well, I
more
mean,
well,
They mentioned in Mando that the only reason that sect survived was because they were pushed off Mandalore onto Concordia, and
She does
that
say
that they had to that the only reason they survived is because the Empire didn't go to Concordia. They just went straight to Mandalore, straight
Yeah.
to Safari.
Right.
So, seeing Maul's, knowing that Maul's, group got pushed out during the siege, it would be pretty cool to see Maul, or even his Crimson Dawn at this point,
Yeah.
making
It
moves, especially
Definitely
the
could
Mandalorian.
happen. Definitely could happen.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think-
I would like to see the armorer make that pledge, right? Like start that new pledge of Mandalorians where nobody takes their helmet off, right? Like,
I mean,
Yes.
plus
you gotta
we
show us that happening.
we've seen
True that.
Maul in every animated show when you think about it, other than Resistance. But I mean, that's
Counts that
Resistance.
show
Well,
at all.
because he's dead.
No one counts that show at all.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean,
So it's
and
like
it's
you know-
super obvious, but her helmet has the horns and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
But that's what I
exactly.
mean. I
So-
think what better way to really get that into canon, right? To really and to find out who she really is, right? Because
Ooh.
to see that swearing,
she said this, and I want that Rook cast.
Don Clatterman
Okay.
just
A lot-
nailed it
a lot of
because
people are
Rook cast. That's
Rook
been my
cast.
thing for a long time.
she was that once like female super commando of the Mandalorians, and her helmet design looks kind of like it. the armor.
But again, show me that. Show me that on Concordia, right? Show me
Oh,
the
whoop.
pledge, the
Mhm.
new pledge of Mandalorians, the new Death Watch pledge after, and even if it's after the siege or the Night of 1,000 Tears, maybe that's the reason they decide, okay, no one can know who we are anymore by face, right? We have to hide our images from here on out, and all of them, that starts this is the way, right? I want to hear
Kenobi
that
is
said for the first time.
Kenobi show is about 1 year after the Solo movie.
Yeah, it's
From what I
one
looked up.
like 1 or 2, but it's like around the same
Mhm.
time period. I think it's 1. To your
Yep.
point. And I will say with the whole, I don't even know where I was going to go with that, but Darth Maul should be in friggin' Bad Batch, man.
I think
It's just
I mean,
That'd be
they're
sick.
trying to bring him into stuff. If there were scripts written for
exactly,
Kenobi,
and I don't think they're
so
bringing Ray
want-
Park.
And-
I don't think that's true, by the way. The whole,
He's
Hollywood
definitely
direct.
on their mind. You know what I mean?
Yes, but I think it will
opposed to
be
bringing
Sam
Ray Park
Witwer,
back.
and that would make more sense with Sam Witwer being the voice to bring him into Bad Batch and other animated stuff.
Yes,
Eventually, maybe
yes.
even give him the animated show. Which I
Yeah,
definitely think they could do.
I just feel like that in Bad Batch, what better, because that's it feels like that's a lot of what they're doing in Bad Batch. Also, is not only did it feel like a season 8 of Clone Wars, but they're giving us a lot of Easter eggs that are going to blossom during Mando. During a lot of those eggs are going to hatch way later. For us, it's going to be in Mando. It's going to be in
Dude,
season
every
2 of
single
this.
line that came out of her mouth about a beast, about the
Mhm.
minds of Mandalore, word she
Oh.
said is going to be touched upon.
Well, and X-Wing has been giving me shit about it for so long, and I've said it a million times. The mines of Mandalore, the living waters under the mines of Mandalore, are absolutely a mythosaur. Like
Oh,
if they're
100%.
forgotten, that's where the last mythosaur lives. The
Yeah.
dark saber is obviously the key.
I give you
to
shit for
that.
that?
Oh, you've given me all kinds of grief.
Oh, what an idiot!
Oh man, you said this so many times. I'm such a son. Right. You
Well, the
said
one
that.
real hot take theory that I like of yours is the sound of the saber.
That's what I'm saying. It's the
causing
sound
Yeah,
of the
that's
saber.
something to happen.
That's what I was trying to remember.
And do we
Yeah,
know-
you're saying the hum.
It's
Yeah.
the
Was
hum
the
of the
saber-
saber.
Genius.
It's so unique.
That's
Was this saber built on the planet?
Of
Probably.
Like, was that kyber
Oh,
crystal? Was the
probably
kyber
not.
crystal recovered on that planet? You know what I mean?
There's like 900 versions of how the dark saber was made, so I don't know which one they're gonna go with. Like, because
And in
at
the
one
old,
point
like,
it was
what
like
the
a great
flashback,
dragon
though.
pearl, and then it was
Yeah.
a white kyber crystal, then it's a black kyber crystal.
Yeah.
Then it
Yeah.
was obsidian, right? Wasn't that a thing for a minute? That it was like
Mhm.
the black gemstone that Snoke
Yeah.
wears.
So that
Um,
crystal would have to come from the planet for your theory to maybe play.
Not
in a little
necessarily,
deeper, but-
because a mythosaur that
Mhm.
was trained by
True,
the
true, I
first
guess.
Mandalore would train that animal to react to certain
Oh,
things.
now I see where you're going with
Right?
that. I like
So-
that being trained to sound.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
think about it, silly it is that but the dragon
Jeez,
in Harry
dude.
Potter that's protecting the vault, and they hear that sound and they're like cowering because they know that brings pain, right?
Damn,
Any
dude.
animal can be trained in any facet, but my point being is that to your point, I don't think that the dark saber was constructed on Mandalore. I think that it was constructed the way that they did all the Jedi. He had a gathering
Mhm.
and built his lightsaber out of Beskar because I'm Mandalorian. But I truly think that the mythosaur legend is going to be when they go back there and he's going to walk into the waters and possibly ignite the saber, and that's when you're going to hear the Smaug kind of coming out of the water scenes. The awakening of a hibernating mythosaur.
And it'll be
For
voiced
sure.
by
Dude,
Benedict
and,
Cumberbatch.
Yes.
We could
Right,
take this as
he's not playing Thrawn, but he will play another dragon.
Yeah, right.
And if
I
they
just-
take this lore any deeper with like the kyber itself, we know that a red kyber crystal has pain poured into it. Like the emotion or the feeling or whatever that comes from that black saber could be a type of pain for these creatures that helps Mandalores tame them or something. That would be so crazy.
Maybe
Well,
that's part
it
of
just
why it's
seems
so
like-
heavy.
it just
Right,
seems
and he doesn't know, like we don't even know what it wants. You know, she's like, you can't fight against the saber and that kind of stuff. We don't really know much
Kind
about
of
it.
personally, why I always thought it could be like a crate dragon pearl like crystal, because like those like usually do all sorts of funky shit. So-
What if
Right.
they introduce something like as silly as this sounds, but a mythosaur, something that is organic from the
Mhm.
mythosaur, right? Not
Mhm.
necessarily a pearl, but
Right.
you know, the heart of a mythosaur. Like you have to,
Or if it's a scale.
A
I-
scale
it
or
has
something.
a
Yeah,
scale
it
or-
could be a bunch of things. I just feel like,
Mhm.
Kidney stone or something like that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you know, like
Yeah. Oh,
like
the
a-
sound
I had
of
to follow him
midget
around for a
saying
week and a
"F
half to
kidney
get
stone."
Swear God.
but I don't know. It just seems like this is a story that they're obviously pushing back to Mandalore, right? They're pushing this
Yeah.
story largely back to Mandalore. They're uniting the three. It feels like they're uniting the three factions of Mandalore. This is another thing that I've been on for a while, is that Boba represents the OG Mandalore creed, with going back all the way back to Django and back to X-Wing. Help me
Jaster
out.
Muriel,
Thank you,
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Jaster.
Yeah.
I got
And then you have Bo-Katan and
Yes.
and the
Oh my
current
goodness.
Mandalorian regime that is still fighting the fight, and then you have
Mhm.
Din Djarin, a true descendant of Death Watch, and the three of them uniting all the clans under this council, so to speak, or this group, is a setup for me for, because they all want to go back to Mandalore. Bo wants to go back. Din has to go back now, and I think Din drags Boba with him. Hey, bitch,
I think so
we're
too.
going to Mandalore.
Listen,
I need your
your
help.
show wasn't that good. Just follow along. Come on.
Time to redeem
I
yourself,
mean,
brother.
even Boba said it at
I don't
the
think
end.
I'm
He's
cut
like,
out for this.
I don't
Yeah.
know about that. Let's
Yeah,
go find
literally,
something
Boba
else
was
to
like,
do.
you know, honestly, let's just give it to Crescent and let's just get the fuck out of here.
I mean, really, look, it just feels like the unification of these three clans. You know, this is almost I feel like Din Djarin is almost the William Wallace of
Mm.
the Mandalorian the Mandalorian universe. He is the one that's going to unite the factions. He's the ones that's going to
Love
make
that.
Mandalore complete again, because that's what made Mandalore weak, right? Mandalore was weak because there was constantly a civil war.
Because
This
England is the
decimated.
real threat, not ourselves.
Right.
So, Obsession, to your whole point about Bad Batch and everything, there were rumors from season 1 that we could potentially see Bo-Katan at the end of the season, and then a lot of people, I think KRT or something at one point had said that Grogu could be in it. I don't know about that one, but I
I
mean,
would like to see Bo lose a saber.
what if
I
Bo
was gonna say, I need to see
is going to
that.
be in the season 2, and that's
Gideon
kind of how
show
we
up.
get the tie-in to
I would love
everything
to
you're
see,
talking about.
I would love to see everything the armorer said
yeah.
about Bo-Katan and how
cautionary
Mandalorians
tale.
lost their way in Bad Batch. Show me Moff Gideon taking the saber from her, right?
That's too.
Bro, what if
It's
I mean
a different time, but
Too
I
early,
definitely hear you.
yeah.
I mean, if they're
Maybe
gonna
like
fast
season
forward,
If
3,
they like
but
at the end of the season time jump to Oblivion, yeah, sure.
but if they're gonna fast forward with Omega already, and they're even if they give us 5 years, bro, right? 5 years
that's
for
a
Moff
lot of
Gideon,
story we're missing.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on how they flash this forward. Are they gonna do it in pieces? Or are they gonna do it
That's
all
what I
at once?
think. I think they'll do pieces like we saw in Rebels,
Even
where
better.
a lot of the episodes go from. That's kind of how Bad Batch is already. It's a lot like Rebels, where they go. We get one story, and then the next story is either in a couple weeks or a couple months later. We really don't know, but it all
Well,
happens in about a year for the season.
Hmm.
Well, I can tell you straight up that I feel like Ahsoka will not be in Bad Batch. I feel like that's the setup to the Martell sisters. That's the setup to Rex. Like she put those two groups together while she's being Ashla, trying to be
I
invisible.
thought that was for like a year though that she was like
Was.
MIA, and
But it was a
that's
su-
what I'm saying. If we get a time jump, what if she's in season 2?
yeah. See, if we get a time jump, then she becomes Fulcrum.
Yeah.
And
then we
that's
definitely could see her.
and I'm all about that. Like I
Heck
said,
yeah.
I'm yes to everything right now. I'm yes to everything. Do it. Give it to us. But for me, I want to see Moff Gideon take the saber in Bad Batch, right? I want to see that happen so that we can get that whole thing in canon, like see it in canon, not just be a story from him and from the armor. Like I want to see it firsthand. I want to see Bo get her ass kicked.
And in theory, a big part of what he's trying to do is use Force users and cloning and stuff like that. So maybe he's already on Mount Tantus, and like, what I think is going to happen on Tantus is like the big climactic battle. So maybe at the end of that is when Gideon's like bounces with the Darksaber, takes his own battalion, and is like, okay, now between time, they find another cloning facility, etc., etc. But yeah, I need to see how Gideon got the saber and all that.
So who do we?
Anyone?
I don't know how it is in the Heir to the Empire trilogy, but who do we think is behind Tantus and canon?
Palpatine.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
obviously
the Emperor's
Palpatine,
already-
but
yeah.
who does he have like running it other than, because it seemed like, you know, maybe
I've heard some theories.
Moff Gideon, or not Moff Gideon, Grand Moff Tarkin had something to do with it, because he did put in the order to destroy Camino and take everybody off the planet and everything.
Right.
So
So in Heir of the Empire, I mean, it was already essentially, I don't even know, was it abandoned or were they still Empire remnants? But it was definitely not like the ones that were originally there when Thrawn, when Sabayov showed up and everyone.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they ever really mentioned who was like the
Okay.
guy in charge there.
All
be weird what
maybe
they
we'll
pull
learn
from
more in
what they
season
know.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, because Thrawn eventually shows up there and steals a bunch of stuff.
That's what I
But,
was wondering, if Thrawn would maybe be tied in. And again, like, I think Thrawn could. I'm hoping he maybe could pop up in Andor, but I mean, the closer the Bad Batch gets to that time period, why not see him in the Bad Batch 2 or something? Especially
they
because
could
he is
start
an
blending him
animated
in.
character.
Yep. You guys think they might not bring him back until the Ezra Bridger stuff, though? Just to kind of
I
I
kind
think
of
the
hope
suspense-
because I mean,
reveal-
before like Rebels and everything, it was more of like nobody really knew about Thrawn, even though he was like a high-ranking official. Like, well, he just kind of appeared out of nowhere in Heir of the Empire. I don't know if
Have
I'm
you guys
too on
read
board if he
the-
gets too involved in the OT timeline.
Have you guys read the Thrawn books that are canon?
Yeah.
Like, kid, you have anybody else?
Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking. There was one ticket available left for
Is it-
Saturday, and it
I just got done.
disappeared.
Oh,
Next
man.
week's just hunting down.
yeah,
It's like, God
he's
damn.
on the hunt.
So
I
what
just
about
finished-
Yeah, I'm a Thronophile. What?
Yeah, I've just finished the Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy, and I thought it was fantastic.
That was
and
crazy.
then I'm starting up the like first trilogies, like Thrawn Alliances and then
Mhm,
Treason, and they're fantastic so far.
I
Yeah,
love
I like
how-
those better than the other ones. I like them better than the Ascendancy books.
But
Yeah.
okay, I can kind of get that vibe already. It's a little
Yeah.
more Thrawn centric, but I love
Mhm.
the Chiss backstory and everything too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I love how you can even take moments from Rebels and you know where he's heading when he's leaving.
Yep.
And like
Yeah.
there's all the tie-in and the placement. It's so beautifully done.
All makes
love it.
sense.
I never read Heir to the Empire yet. That's why I'm kind of going through
Prime,
the
do
trilogy.
it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing. I went through Ascendancy because I freaking like going through chronological order. I know everything comes out in different freaking orders
Yeah.
with Star Wars, but I like going
Mhm.
chronologically. So I started with the Ascendancy books. Now that trilogy's done, and I'm going through the next trilogy, and then I'm gonna do Heir to the Empire after that. But I don't know, man. They're
Dude,
so good.
I'm with you because like when I get into movie where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch some Star Wars. Phantom Menace. Here we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just start working my way up.
yeah.
But still on Bad Batch, any Republic Commando enthusiasts in the house?
Dude.
Video game
Please.
was dope.
Definitely
So I
gonna see
mean,
more.
they kind of brought back Imperial Commandos and Commandos in general,
did.
like in Bad Batch. I mean, we got like Commandos training those new troops. We got Scorch. We got
Mhm.
like these gray marked Imperial Commandos, like guarding high-ranking officials. I mean,
Bad Batch
can we see
season
Delta
2.
Squad being an opposing squad to Bad Batch?
So that's
Bad Batch
okay.
season 2.
That was
It's
something I
just-
was talking about a while back of seeing like them be one of the main threats or have
Hell yeah.
what's her name squad from Battlefront 2 potentially just bump the timeline a bit.
Inferno Squad?
Inferno Squad. But we know that Republic Commandos, the Delta Squad is canon within all this because we see them in Clone Wars and did we see one of them in Bad Batch? We saw
Yes.
Yes, Scorch.
we
Yes.
saw Scorch. So the game ended with the possible loss of one of the squad members. But we
Game isn't
never
canon
found out.
though. Only the
Hmm?
characters themselves are canon. All the stories are not canon.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they could potentially work this in where now they're going to get their lost brother, and then it involved with the Bad Batch and everything. You know, because that happened right at Order 66. That game ends with Order 66 happening. So now there was the possibility of what side do they take in this. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but there actually was a sequel to Republic Commando. Does anybody know what
Yeah,
it
I
was
know
on?
that game.
Imperial Commando.
It's not
It
what
was on one
everyone
of those-
thinks if you haven't
mobile
if you don't know what
thing,
it
whatever.
is.
That weird
Oh,
phone
no.
that flipped the
That
slide
weird phone
phone.
game, yeah, just
Oh,
for like
no.
the sky view and everything.
Yeah,
What the
but
heck?
you actually hunt Jedi. As
Yeah,
the-
it's
What the
Order
heck?
66.
That's cool.
Anakin level?
yeah.
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 Well,
But-
and I mean, it's there's just so much story to tell in these little spaces, right? So to see where they're going to go with all this stuff, and I would say it for a while. I think it might have been. I know I'll probably get scorched for this, but it might have been a better move to not make the EU and all of that stuff canon, so they can cherry pick what they want.
True.
Right? Like they
In
can't
hindsight.
retell
It's
every story that's been
treason.
written in a book. I mean, that would be
Not all of it's good either, from what I've heard.
I mean,
I mean, a good chunk of it is definitely really good, but yeah,
I'm not
obviously
saying it's
everything.
not. I haven't read a lot of the EU personally, so I don't know.
Mm.
I don't even know. But I know from other people's perspectives, a lot of people say there's a good chunk of it that's really good and a good chunk of it that's just whatsoever. So the fact that, to Obsession's point this way, that they can nitpick or like, pick different things and tell the stories they want with those characters still and make it make sense in the canon. Like, I think that's
well,
a great
if
way
it
to
makes
do it.
sense.
isn't that kind of what's happening in
If it makes
Mandalorian though?
sense.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're kind of cherry picking certain stories of the EU and making them canon. I feel like the Mythosaur is a perfect example of something that's not been canon up until now. Really, I mean, the animal, not the symbol of the Mandalorians. And we're gonna actually get to see it. I feel like, and that's exciting because I mean, the Rancor looked dope.
Oh yeah.
The Rancor was.
It
I
did
mean,
look
the
We should
rest
have
of it.
gotten some
Bro, the
training
Crate
with him
Dragon?
and Boba, except
Oh,
like
Crate
instead of
Dragon.
Luke.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
Well,
other
Crate
than
Dragon was gnarly.
That was chef's
That was
kiss.
probably the best one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's absolutely my favorite one.
The Rancor was dope.
It
I
was.
really liked the Rancor. And so it seems like if they're not doing so great a job with certain characters, it seems like they're doing a really good job with the animals.
Oh, the creatures are top.
creatures.
Yeah, they've
notch.
been nailing it
Yeah.
on the creatures.
Yeah.
And I mean,
alien
wouldn't-
species not so much.
wouldn't-
But yeah,
Yeah.
Burn
alien
down the
species,
house
and
now.
It's very hit or miss.
forgive me. If,
I'm sorry,
well,
I don't even want to be that guy
no,
right
no,
now.
I actually
be that
think,
guy. It's fine. Be that guy. It's Monday,
think-
baby. You can be that guy.
I think Andor is going to change a lot of people's minds because most of these 200 named characters look alien. Practical effects, the
Okay.
mouth,
I
eyes
feel like
blinking, stuff like that.
that's a tricky thing though. Like 200 named
Yeah.
characters. Like, okay, how many named characters are there in A New Hope?
Will Real Hood.
Like if you
Let's-
go back and you look back at every single one that's
Look
named,
it up.
it
We're
doesn't
talking
mean that
cast
they're-
members. So when at the end of the damn thing, bro, like
Yeah.
thinking movies, that's not 200 named people in.
That's like some
Okay,
endgame type
that's
stuff.
that is different. Yeah,
That's a
that is
lot
different.
of
If
people.
they're-
Dude.
if
You go to
they're
IMDb right
recognized
now
in the
for
credits.
most movies, and the named are like 30, 40,
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe.
oh, it's a lot.
We're
so that's what
talking
they mean by
3
names.
to 4
They're actually
times
naming them on
cast
IMDb.
members.
Yeah.
Cast
Shit.
members and 6,000
What?
crowd extras. Yeah, dude, it's in the
See,
sizzle
the
reel. You
crowd
guys got to go
extras-
back and watch the Star Wars Andor sizzle reel. The guy is a costume designer,
strike
talks all
freeze.
about it.
Yeah, I was really yo.
Good screen grab right there too.
Skull-
Let me tell you, Boomer.
the scolding strike.
Hey, Obsession. So I talked to them about it while you were away for a minute.
Oh,
but
yeah,
have
it's
you read the
gone.
Ascendancy trilogy?
I have not gotten into
Oh, I
these.
gotta get it.
Okay,
I gotta
so-
get it in time.
I want to bring up a theory I have for the Ahsoka show with you guys and kind of pick your brains on it. because in the Ascendancy trilogy, we find out some of the backstory of the Chiss
Got
and
it.
kind of some of their stuff. And there was this one super weapon that was a big part of the Chiss past that led to their planet basically being inhabitable except for like underground and whatnot. So this super weapon, basically 3 people had to stay on it in order to activate it, and it blew part of the sun towards their enemies, and that's how their enemies died.
Yeah.
But then those 3 dudes had to sacrifice themselves, and I believe the Chiss have another one of these super weapons in store
There is another
somewhere.
one. Yeah.
Yes. So I have a big theory that the Grisk, who are the big bads of the Ascendancy trilogy that are still out there in the galaxy, are going to come back, and Thrawn is going to prepare with this super weapon. And I think the Ahsoka show could eventually end with her, Thrawn, and maybe Ezra or someone else sacrificing themselves on the super weapon to destroy the Grisk.
Oh, you're going deep, huh?
That's wild, bro, but I love it.
Just saying.
He's like, I'm really gonna earn that suffix Odo now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna earn that suffix now.
That's pretty deep, bro.
And that would be Dave's big story arc with the 3 of them.
That could be pretty crazy. And what a way to
Masterpiece.
close it out, huh?
I think it could be friggin' wild.
I really like that. I hope I want him to get towards Battle of Jakku. You guys jumped over like all of the Imperial remnants stuff. Was there a Grand Admiral Sloane in the video games at all? Was she?
I
the
know
video
of a
games? Not
I
that I
know of
know
an
of.
Admiral Sloane. I don't know if it was Grand Admiral.
Okay, because in the Aftermath trilogy, she's Grand Admiral Sloane, and in the epilogue, they're basically one ship. It's her, Armitage Hux, and young Brendel Hux, and Gallius Rex is one of the main guys in that. He gets killed, but they're literally in the outer rim, like not unknown space, but for 2 months, for like a month or two, and then the eclipse just comes out of nowhere. They all get on it and go into the unknown regions, and it's kind of assumed that that's the First Order and how that starts. But
Bro, does that
I
have
didn't know
nothing to
if-
do with that game?
I didn't know if she was touched on in the game because I
think-
remember the main character. I thought it was
Talking about
Sloane.
Star
I
Wars
remember
clips.
Sloane somewhere.
I didn't know if it was Battlefront or if it was Squadrons or
Battlefront
I don't know
2
if it-
had the battle on Jakku where you're playing
Yeah.
as I can't
so those
Iden
characters I
Versio.
think are going to
Iden-
show
yeah,
up.
Iden
as
Versio.
some
Iden
point.
Versio.
Yeah.
But her father
Mhm.
was Admiral Versio, but he gets killed.
yeah,
during
isn't
that
there like an
battle.
Admiral Sloane or something in the sequels? Or am I tripping? I don't even
Mm,
remember because
I'm
I'm
not
sure.
sure.
I'm gonna look it- I'm gonna
But it
look
would
it
be
up.
cool if we could see Hux's dad, like Armitage
Mhm.
Hux in the Empire
Yeah.
in the Andor show or something. Because that dude,
Hopefully
like
he's
in the
more
book,
of a badass.
dude, his dad is a prick. Have you guys
So,
seen
are-
Have you guys seen Peacemaker?
Are
So
you talking about?
Yes.
Are you talking
basically,
about this?
Peacemaker's dad minus all the
What's
racism.
this?
Are you talking
Andor?
about this?
The sizzle reel?
Yeah, the costume designer
Wait,
right
what?
in here, towards the middle, talks about.
Everything I did for the rebellion. Rogue One, in many ways, it's a film that connected new audiences with the oldest fans. It was a bittersweet feeling, in the premiere.
She was in Battlefront too.
It was just one film.
Sloane?
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy, let's go.
It happens, right?
An Alphabet Squadron.
We're getting ready. We're building stages. We're rehearsing. We're training. We're trying costumes. We're doing everything to make sure we do the best show. I'm really excited having the chance to explore Cassian. It's really fun to go on a set that is emulating something you like so much.
The enormity of this is like doing a big feature film.
Normandy?
It's very cinematic. For me, that's where the excitement is. 12 episodes, 12 scripts, over 200 names.
And Squadrons.
There's over 6,000 crowd people, a lot of creatures that come in from the creature department.
We treat this exactly like we would have
And The
felt.
Last
There's no
Jedi.
difference in our approach.
Every creature and droid that we've been building has the same care, level of attention to detail as the previous films.
It's huge, it's thrilling, but also it's wonderfully challenging.
There's tons of possibilities to explore. It is the building of a revolution.
Yo, what was that concept art?
That
with the
looked like
Venators on their
Baraka.
side?
Did anyone else see that look like Baraka?
Venators kind of like chilling on their sides like that? Yeah.
From
Kestis?
Street Fighter.
No, the planet. The next one, right there.
Yeah, that's got kind of a Braca feel to it. I mean, it doesn't look
It's a little
quite
more
as messed
deserty.
up. Yeah.
Totally.
Are they
though.
building those ships?
Oh, but they're tearing
Yeah, look,
apart
there's
those
the
No,
same
they're tearing them
cutters.
apart.
There's the same cutters and haulers from Fallen Order.
Mhm.
You see them taking out that section.
Cal Kestis, though.
Cal
Yeah,
Kestis
man.
could be a named character. Oh,
Let me
strikes
get
back.
some
Hold on.
Kesty, bro.
Yeah, my internet just took a dump.
I mean, that's
Welcome back.
that's
Oh, there he goes.
no, that was me. That's why I pushed the space. I mean,
Was he in a Jedi fighter right there?
what the shit
No,
is
that was like
Looks like
a.
an
It
A-wing.
was more like
Yeah.
an A-wing or something.
Yeah, it looked like an
It
A-wing.
looks
I
like
thought.
A-wing.
Or,
Is it
know
an
what.
A-wing?
It looks
Right,
like
Pretty
an
sure
the,
that-
the
starfighter.
cockpit looks like an A-wing.
Yeah, I'm
That's
trying
an
to look at the engines.
That's an N1 Naboo starfighter.
Yeah, he's flying in the bubble with
God.
Din.
Strip the paint off of those. Just
So, but what the shit is this?
I was gonna say, doesn't that look like the
Imperial
place?
probe droid, dude, bro. Are these
Mhm.
Sparty cloning cylinders? No.
No, I was gonna
dude,
say
hold
this is
up.
the data bank place that we see in
Yeah,
Rogue
it has
One.
like a data
are
bank feel
cubicles.
to it.
Oh, that reminds me of the
Those
Those are
people
cubicles,
walking.
that section in Avatar when they're waking everybody up.
right? Rise and shine.
Dude, this
Oh,
show
forgot about this.
DL-44 right at the end.
Yeah, this costume
See, those
design guy
creatures
talks
look
about
fantastic. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does it
Sorry,
take, guys?
like,
here,
why-
really?
Have you seen the
Wait,
sets?
Look
Yo,
at
go
that
back
shit.
a little. Yeah, go back a little bit on this one.
Look
It
at
looked
that
like
shit.
kind of
It looks
Ochi
like metal.
species right here.
That does
Isn't
look
that
like
like
Ochi and
Ochi?
Bestoon.
It looks like
Yeah.
Ochi, like
Mhm.
bro.
Detail.
Does.
Dude, Ochi in the comics fighting against Vader is a badass.
Ochi
His
is
mask.
gnarly.
I
There's
love
so
his
many
mask.
Ochi simps. I've seen
Dude.
so many of them.
I'm a fan.
Oh man.
Praise the Lord.
And he looks cooler in his suit than he does without his helmet.
Oh,
but-
Yeah.
Well,
for
see, I
sure.
mean, and if we get Ochi, does that mean I get my Dio? Does that mean I get a
No,
Dio?
absolutely not.
no,
we
thank
get the
you.
Sith dagger.
Sorry,
I
bro.
have a squeaky
Oh,
wheel.
bro. I want him. I want
They're
him.
not bringing back
Secrets
Jar
only
Jar
the Sith
Abrams.
knew.
Come
I
on.
want him. I want him in this Andor show. That's it. I want him.
I want to point out something from that sizzle reel we just watched.
Yes. Do it.
Is because this is why I want this show to be successful and it to be overwhelmingly like appreciated and loved by fans. Because did you see that hope, that awe, and that excitement in Diego Luna's eyes as he
He's
talked
hyped.
about all this? Does that
He's
remind
happy
you
as
of
hell.
anything?
He's hyped.
That's Hayden Christensen back talking about the prequels.
Yeah.
He had that same look, that same excitement.
Yeah,
and
dude.
that, you know,
Well,
to
this
get him back,
this
you
show
know,
is kind
20
of a
years later.
prequel. If you think about it.
Technically,
show-
I count everything before
Yeah.
the original trilogy as the prequels.
Yeah, it's all prequel.
hmm
I mean,
I think
this,
it's
like
gonna
I
be
said, this
awesome,
this
man.
seems like the sleeper.
Technically, the
This seems like the
Mandalorian's a
sleeper
sequel.
in out of all the shows. Everybody's hyped for everything else, and I think the fandom is going to get the most out of this,
Yeah.
out of any of it.
Think of it like Rogue One. It was that movie that we didn't know we wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
It'll be such a pleasant surprise after going through Kenobi too. Especially if that August date is like kind of spot on, like we're hoping.
I mean, Shamook could be deep faking Andor. He could be deep faking a lot of people in this.
I've been
He could be
hearing this is
deep-faking
going
a
to
lot
be
of
the
people
most
in
Star
general.
Warsy feeling show out of all of them too, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Honestly,
it's gonna feel like A New
I
Hope.
wouldn't be surprised about that. I mean, if it's like same vibe as Rogue One, more of like the universe and like the war and like the tension
Mhm.
going on, I can totally see
Do you
that.
guys think we will start to see the Lost or like Jedi that are out there fighting still, Inquisitors potentially? Like
I mean, I still
they
think
got to put lightsabers in here somewhere.
I still think we could get a Kanan and Ezra moment,
I like that.
setting them up for Ahsoka show, right? Like setting, especially Ezra's character. Do a little de-aging on the actor that's playing Ezra.
Mhm.
You
Throw
don't really
him
need to
in-
do that much. Mina
Not-
looks
probably
pretty
not.
young.
Yeah.
But
Makeup
You know,
could probably handle that.
do a
honestly.
little bit of
Yeah.
that. Put Kanan and him in the background somewhere. They don't even, and then all hell breaks loose, and maybe Cassian has seen some of these rebel Jedi, fighting the fight and escaping, and that's more inspiration to the next. I mean, we know they're
I mean,
around.
hell, to get your Kanan, I mean, literally, if we're going with the idea of like a reverse like flashback scene from Mando to Andor, like you could have like Deba Bilaba and Kanan with their clone legion be the ones that are taking his town or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and I like the idea of more Order 66 survivors, right? I'd like to see that young Caleb Doom and that young Hera, right, in Bad Batch, and then see them in live action in Andor, right? Like that's the kind of jump I want to see happen this year.
Yeah, I've never read the New Dawn book that kind of, I think, has Kanan and Hera kind of, I don't know, meeting, but like it tells a little bit of their story, and I don't know if fans would like trip out if they like, told something in the story of Bad Batch or something, let's say, and like had the two of them in their meeting for the first time or something. I don't know if that would like contradict, because I already know people were like tripping out over Kanan.
Was it a comic?
Well, the comic.
It was a book. It's a book.
Was book.
They changed.
If it was a comic, I said, yeah, they're definitely not going to do that.
No, it was a full on book, but I've never read it. I know some people that have though, and they like it. So it's like I'm a big Rebels fan. I never read I want to read the book. So it's like, if I don't know if they're still doing that kind of stuff. Like I know some of the Ahsoka novel has been even like a little contradicted here and there in canon and whatnot. So it's like Dave doesn't really care about paper, it seems like, but at the same time,
books and like
they
novels
really do.
are on the safer side. Comics is just like, no,
I mean, they did the whole. They redid Caleb Doom's
I disagree.
backstory,
I strongly disagree.
Oh, you want to tell that to the Kanan comic?
Yeah, it's
which they completely changed. Nothing of that ever happened.
Yeah.
The whole Legion is different.
Dave at least has like a right to do that because his character, and they kind of told. I don't know how involved he was with that comic and everything, but like at least he took elements from that comic and put it in the show too. Like
I don't mind it.
Oh, I thought it was a better story than I thought the comic was really good, and what happens to Kanan, and that still could happen. Like it still could technically be the same story, just with the Bad Batch involved now, which makes it even better.
Well, I mean, I think
that's later.
Bye.
We'll see, man.
I just think seeing some of these, some of these interactions that we've heard about in Rebels, that we've heard about in the Clone Wars, I think seeing some of these things is a good idea. It's putting some of these stories together. It's giving us even more connective tissue.
I read them on the screen.
I miss, like, I didn't watch it today. I'm going to, but I don't know if you guys caught that Star Wars Meg video about Yoda's Secret Apprentice, and I'm just like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Well,
what?
she's not. I mean, yeah, she is.
Oh, crud! I gotta go too. Sorry, guys.
Bye.
No worries.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch that shit. That shit looks crazy.
I think that's low key one of the only ones I haven't watched recently, but just because like I turned it on and then like got sidetracked, kind of thing. Usually I'm tuned into the Meg videos. Watch them.
It's tough right now because so many people are on the Kenobi train, and I'm trying to stay off that Kenobi train. I'm trying to not even watch the train go by. So it's a tough. I mean, the poll that
it's hard covering it, man. Like I consider myself not like a scooper or anything, but I love talking about the scoops and the leaks and stuff. So it's like I don't really want to talk about them all the time, but like there's been so much coming out from MSW and stuff. It's like
it's hard, dude.
How do I not talk about this stuff?
It's so hard. I'm in all kinds of rooms and all kinds of channels, and then it's like, and then Kenobi, gotta go bye. I gotta go. I can't.
Yeah, and I know not everyone wants the spoilers too. So it's like, how can I make as much content not spoiling, but also like I want to do the spoilers too. So
yeah, I mean, look,
you just label it as such.
Yeah, I think so. I think just tell people what they're in for and don't
of course.
Bait, you know me. I mean, I'm
but then I get into like a week straight of doing nothing but spoiler content.
I mean, look at X-Wing. X-Wing's grown like 4,000 people in the last 10 days because he's just spoiling and spoiling and spoiling, bro. I mean, that's the recipe right now, bro. I mean, as long as you're not clickbaiting or click hating, I'd say do you. But for me, I'm not a fan of the clickbait and the click hate. Not for me, but you know,
never.
everybody do you. But I think a lot of people are on the spoilers right now. I think a lot of people are on the Kenobi train. I think a lot of people are ready for this next little bit that's coming out. I think we got a month before things really start getting amped up and we really start talking about, you know, what's coming. I mean, as soon as they drop that Lego Star Wars, I think everybody's going to be gone for a month. Everybody's
Yeah.
That game looks sick, man.
If they need to make that shit multiplayer. If we could get a squad together to go play some of these missions, like, bro, I'm in.
Honestly,
When does it come
it's
out
like-
again? The
I'm
end of the
surprised
month?
that they don't have that because the Avengers Legos do split screen everything. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, let's be real. I mean, multiplayer and like setting up servers is not something you can't add later on.
Yeah.
I think they were just so like focused on the game to perfection and everything else. So I'm not
Yeah.
that mad about it. But yeah, definitely want to see multiplayer down the line.
Yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't come out multiplayer to begin with, that's fine. The missions on that are going to take you a long time if you're like me and you have to complete everything. Like, bro, I went back through Fallen Order and tried to get 100% on everything and get all the chests and all the secrets and all that, and you know,
I don't know how like much you guys are like poking into all the news and stuff, but I saw some stuff from some pretty good people today actually that said like playing through like one episode or like one little part of an episode took the dude an hour and a half, and the game is going to be so big and like so crazy.
That's
And like
awesome.
just the stuff I saw, I'm like, I cannot wait for this freaking game.
I mean,
to come
I think it's going to be the size of Elden Ring, right? I mean, you're going to basically be 3,000 hours into the game to beat it. You know, it's not going to be one of these.
What did it take,
Fallen
like 3
Order.
years from
all I
announcement
know
date?
is that this game definitely won't be as difficult as Elden Ring.
No,
That
I'm
is-
saying as far as how much time you have to put in to complete it.
I've played. Just to give you an example, I've been playing Elden Ring since the day it came out, and I've been busy with work and school, so like I haven't touched it like every day, but I've been playing it pretty when I can. I've on and off. I've only defeated 2 bosses, and there's at least probably like over 100 bosses in the game, and there's a ton of mini bosses too. It's a very different game. So like,
wow.
Jumping into Lego Star Wars, I definitely think that it's gonna take. I definitely think like scale wise, yeah, it's probably gonna be as big as Elden Ring, but
I mean, you got to go through 9 movies.
yeah,
And there's like an add-on stuff. I heard
And
Mandalorian
that
stuff.
multiple times because the first time you're not able to complete everything because
gotta
you're
make sure to
forced
get
to
true
play certain
Jedi.
characters. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Out of control. Out of
like all the
control.
golden bricks. It's gonna be a long ass
True
game.
Jedi indeed.
No, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna all be streaming in different parts of it.
I'm gonna
Everybody's gonna
say
be streaming the
celebration.
same
Just
game.
get us to play together there.
And they
Bro.
robbed us of an online multiplayer. We can't even play with our friends in that game online.
Yeah,
They
that-
robbed us of that.
I hope that they're smart enough to add servers soon,
Yes.
just so that we can get the game.
And make it cross-play, you know? While you add it, make it cross-play.
Especially
Yeah,
because
definitely, I totally
COVID
agree.
and everything. You think like they should just make
Yeah.
everything
I
Literally,
thought-
like, who?
Online
The
co-op is
cross-platform
what we
is-
wanted.
I really
Mind-boggling.
thought that that's why they put the hold on it, though. Like, I
No,
genuinely
it's
thought
just
the
because how
reason
big it is.
they put
I
the
mean, maybe
hold
they
on it
did.
was to add the multiplayer because COVID was so multiplayer.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, we'll just have to see. It's coming out in what, 6 weeks? I think it's what, May the 4th is right around.
No,
the
it comes
time
out
it
April
is?
5th.
I was about to
Oh,
say
April
it's
5th.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
comes out
sooner
in a
than you
couple-
think, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there goes my April. I had planned to work, but there goes my
Yeah, no,
month of
that's
April.
gone.
There goes
Yeah.
April.
Gone.
April, bye. Yeah, April's gone, like freaking Ninja Turtle style. See ya. That's out of control. Yeah, April 5th now. And what platform is it on?
It's on PlayStation
PC,
5,
PlayStation,
Xbox,
everything.
every
And
platform.
Xbox, everything, yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Pretty much.
Okay, well, there you
Switch,
go.
I think, too, probably. I
I
don't
don't know
imagine.
about Switch.
I don't know actually, because it's actually such a big game.
Yeah, I don't think it would fit on the Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I think
might
it
be an
would support
issue.
some use on Switch.
Yeah, see, I mean, There you go. See, he was paying attention. He was just
Glitch in the
Oh
Matrix.
man.
Just YouTube just took away those subs. Don't worry.
yeah. YouTube has to verify him first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot coming in the next 6 weeks, right? The next 6 to 8 weeks, this is
from
the
every
most
angle.
exciting time with games being released,
Mhm.
with games being announced. With
Speaking of
multiple
which,
shows.
I got a little bit of news during the thing. If you wanted me, I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just say it
news
real
away.
quick. I mean, it's not really good news, but it makes me want to talk about Eclipse real quick. But it says Tom Henderson said that Ubisoft Star Wars game is not likely to be released until 2025 or later. So now we have two really big open world games that we've heard are supposed to come out, but they're not coming out for like 3 years at the
Well,
earliest.
2025 is a lot better
coming
than I
out
actually
until-
heard.
I mean, with a game like that, I know
Yeah.
that one was already supposed to take a long time, and I'm cool with all that. It
I
just,
would say
Dude, this
that after-
company can do it, bro.
oh, Ubisoft definitely can. I'm not worried about them. I'm
it's
just saying in
massive,
general.
is the company. They did one of the freaking Assassin's Creed games and another one that I
All
can't
of them?
think of. They did Odyssey and they did another game I can't think of right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I
think
mean
it's
that's
Rainbow Six.
honestly,
Okay.
I am less upset about that than I am about Eclipse.
Yeah.
Eclipse is not coming out until like 20.
You can't. No, but
2028.
even
If
still,
it even comes out.
at least
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
I
didn't
was
come
about to
out
say
with a game trailer that got everybody in the whole world super pumped for something, and then we're like, "Oh, sorry, that's not going to be out till 2020. Oh shit, no, maybe not 2020. Oh shit, okay, 2030." Right, like
10 years from now, 8 years.
it feels like at least Ubisoft hasn't come out with trailers and pretend gameplay
Yeah.
and all this other
No,
stuff
yeah,
to get us
yeah.
hyped up and then disappoint.
Oh, yo,
Yeah,
was there gameplay for the new Avatar game? Didn't we see that at some event recently? But that's the same company that's doing the Star Wars game. So if you guys ever see stuff for the Avatar game, like, oh man.
I was just
I'm
going to
hyped
say,
for Eclipse.
probably.
Were you gonna say
after,
Strike?
like,
Oh, my bad.
yeah,
Aiden.
I'm like
My
just
bad.
trying to say something and then someone else starts. It's
No,
it's a curse.
it's how it goes, man.
It's how it goes. No, I was just gonna say, if it would have been like an EA company that did the Star Wars game, I would have totally understood why they put out a trailer so they don't get canceled or like just fucking.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Because like
Slated
so many
release.
games have been just completely wiped.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, look, if you're making a game and you're going to put it on hold for a little while to make it better, great, right? If
Yeah.
you're going to do what Star Wars Legos does
Better be good though.
and take it out, I mean, yeah, it's going to be good, but at least they didn't put out something that was fake, right?
Oh,
Like that whole thing, yeah, like, oh yeah, Lucasfilm gave us permission to do this game with this story, but everything you gave us is fake.
yeah.
It's fake. It's fake. It doesn't
It's
exist.
from other footage.
So
I'm still
Um,
holding true to the cry for help. Like I think they were showing off like a hype reel and
It was.
potentially, even
Yeah.
if this game is quote unquote canceled, I think it could get scooped up by somebody.
Eventually, it just.
well, I mean,
someone
that just
saved the
makes
day.
me there and make a trailer for a game that I have no technical ability that's not even one frame built and put out a
Yeah.
trailer and put the Star Wars logo on the back of it and be like, oh, I made a game, guys, check it out.
Yeah, kind of weird.
Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
We get hyped.
It feels like a fan film, to be honest. Like, let's be real. I mean,
Yeah.
it feels
It
like
had heavy like sort of the Old Republic cinematic vibes.
right? It just it felt very fake, and for me, like I know everyone was excited, and it's like, oh, we could get this game in 2 years. That's sick, great, and then push, and now not not even happening. Like, I'd rather you just not. Thanks.
Yeah.
I think
Especially
that,
with all. Go for it, bro.
all right, bro, appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I would say that realistically thinking, hopefully, if the game doesn't get canceled, it would come out around 2027, 2028. And then after Lego Star Wars, we'd probably get Jedi Fallen Order 2, and then the KOTOR remake, and then maybe ease our way into Eclipse. But I don't know.
And didn't Respawn like tease something about a tactical based first person shooter Star Wars related?
Yeah.
Republic Commando maybe? Remaster or sequel?
I mean, look, game wise, I'm in for it all. Right?
Yeah.
I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm in for it all. Give me all of it, right?
You can just rob me of my bank account.
Yeah, you're gonna take my money anyway, in one way or another. You might as well give me a game I can get 40 to 150 hours into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, for me, it's that tease, right? It's that it's that
You're right.
it's that tease, right? I don't want to get in trouble. You never know. You never know who's gonna walk in. You in college. You don't know who
Who are you streaming with?
who's in your room?
You're right
Who's
though.
that
I saw you
Respawn
on stream. Who's in
Respawn
your
has
room?
3 Star Wars games coming out.
Right. So I mean, it just feels like oh, he's back with a better shirt. He's back with a better shirt.
Hey, can I
Jaren?
get a better shirt?
That's actually sick.
Yeah, that's one of mine, dude. Here, we're gonna put that up on the big screen.
Show
That's
the
one of mine,
merch.
bro.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
a- that's-
fantastic.
Who's
That's
got
strike
2
art-
thumbs
that's
and an
strike
awesome
artwork,
shirt?
bro.
This
Hell
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's that strike artwork, bro. Yeah, it's oh god, dude. It's so funny. I had that. So we're just gonna talk about it for a minute, but that Charlie is like the fucking man. So Charlie gets me that interview, that meet and greet with Ashley, and
yeah.
the first thing she says is she's like, "Oh my god, I love your shirt," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, I can die happy now. Let's go!" Like,
yeah, he had on the Ahsoka
on
Sabine.
Ahsoka Sabine. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
my Bring Ezra Home
Bring us
shirt.
room.
Damn.
And yeah, and that's more strike artwork too.
Yeah,
But
what
yeah,
was
I
the
gotta
other one?
talk to
What was the
Strike.
what was the other one?
Hit me up, bro.
Hell yeah.
Did you still do
I'll
ones
send
where
you
they're like running for Mandalore, leaders of Mandalore?
yeah, that's
together?
basically So I have
they're like presidential
Oh, yeah.
campaigns, Chief.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
book. Yeah.
So that's kind of the idea for
fantastic.
all
I
of them.
love
It's
it,
always
dude.
obsessions like, hey, can you do this? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah. So this is the one that I did early. That's the
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I
right.
love that shit for all of
John
Mandalorian.
Kreese.
right.
Yeah.
There's that one, and
That's
then
great.
this is the one for
Bridge of Ren.
right.
That's the one you wore in the video?
No, I wore the
Okay.
Ahsoka Sabine.
The other one. Yeah.
Okay. That's
And,
dope.
you know, I did the last line in Rebels, right? When she's looking at the mural and she's talking to the mural.
Yeah.
I did the last.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
What
no
is
worries,
that?
no worries. I did the last word. You know, it's time to bring Ezra home
Yeah.
as they're walking away, and like,
Nice.
that's the tagline on that one. But it's labeled 2023 because that's when Ahsoka's coming out. So I've kept them pretty on point to when the shows are releasing. X-Wing has one that is Din and Boba, and it's got the two signets, one on each side.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that one's one that X-Wing has that he has to
Sick.
do. Yeah, so it's awesome, dude. It's I've been having fun with the shirt game. I'm actually going to start approaching Lucasfilm
Nice.
and try to get them to
Shit,
give
I need
me
to talk
a
to you guys then.
Yeah, I legit have an inside to get at least that email going. So we're gonna see how much it'll cost to start officially licensing this stuff.
Free
and to-
younglings.
Pretty
Bro,
much.
this
They,
shows how much merch I buy. This is the last piece of merch I bought from a channel.
Yeah, old school
Nice.
Nerd Vengers.
It's
Love
the
that, bro.
goddamn Hawkeye watch party.
Yes. Yes.
I don't even remember when that was.
Yeah,
Seems
dude,
like yesterday.
I've had
Yeah.
a really good time making the merch. I got Matt Cave's pint glass.
Yeah.
Nice.
I made the
Nice.
coffee cup. Like,
Oh,
we've-
I've bought so many mugs to the point where my wife is mad at me.
yes,
Yes, I was already broke after buying X-Wing's merch, and
Yeah.
now I can't.
You know
Oh,
what it
man.
was? The mug that really pushed it over the line was Obsession's mug because I got the 15 ouncer, this beast, and then popped that in the cabinet. She's like, "You son of a bitch!"
That's
Oh, man.
fantastic.
yes.
Uh,
That's
Green
awesome.
Bear, a Mandalorian and a Jedi. They'll never see it coming.
You'll never
Pause.
see-
Yes, I mean basically,
Gosh.
I was gonna do Yeah, I mean that's another one. Ahsoka Din. I'll do that one today.
I think
Thank you very much.
just finally.
I'll release it today.
Shit.
You got
I
it,
had
bro.
to.
They'll
Dude,
never see it coming. I
They'll
mean,
never
and
see
you
it
know what?
coming.
It's so great because that's such an Ezra Sabine thing too, right? Like
It is.
it's so poetic to see that statement get said later in the series because that's kind of the whole point of Rebels is that they're this literal band of misfits that should not be together,
Yeah.
right?
Especially
And
because that's for a lot of people that don't watch the animated stuff. That's like the first view of a Mandalorian and a Jedi. So it's even more like for the people that haven't seen it, it's their first look into what they'll see potentially in the Ahsoka show or maybe
Yeah,
Andor or whatever.
well, and just the Din Djarin Ahsoka interaction, right? Like that's
Yeah.
how it could be, and that's how it was,
Yeah.
right? With Sabine and Kanan
100%.
and Ezra and Ahsoka, right? Like she pioneered that, and I feel like that's a total different variation than I was even thinking about because they pioneered that statement, right?
Yeah.
A Mandalorian and a Jedi, they'll never see us coming, right? That's
Oh,
poetry
us.
when they bring it back, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm big on the campaign shirts. We've been having a good time with them. It's hard to do original artwork,
Oh yeah, of course.
there's so much. I mean, the
Especially with the
bleeding,
whole, copyright issue.
well, and the bleeding R2.
Yeah.
We're actually sending that one out to Lucas to see if we can officially license that one because that one's real close, but just not close enough.
I love
Yeah.
that design, dude.
I mean,
That's my
luckily with
favorite
like
one.
if you have symbols or weapons and you do it like more basic, it's most of the time it's all right. But,
Yeah, most of the time they don't care us, but like that's the stuff that Strike's been doing for me. I think that the Thrawn one is a little very Rebels art, and that
It's a
one
bit on the nose.
it's
yeah.
a little on the nose, but
Well, you
'cause
could
we
do
used-
like the serpents and stuff from the Ascendancy books.
well, we did the
I should do
Purgle.
that. That's sick.
We did the Purgle with Thrawn's ship,
Yeah,
and that's the Ezra Thrawn one.
that's sick. Okay.
So like I was thinking that's kind of like,
Yo, I'm gonna give this idea out for free. Someone should take a polo shirt instead of the gator. They should do the lizards that the Yuzong Vong have.
Yeah,
I thought
dude.
you were gonna say the freaking
Boba Fett?
Boba Fett lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, or that, or like the Purgle instead of the gator on a polo shirt. Put a
Hey, you
Purgle
want
there.
some lizards?
What are those like those lizard dog things that the
Just a little
Tuskens have?
subtle thing.
Oh,
bro.
massives.
Yes, that's a really fun idea. That's actually a really fun idea. Do a little rancor.
Rancors. Yeah.
Do a little rancor. People think it's a polo
Mythosaur.
or look, what are those? The alligator is
Yeah.
lacrosse. Is that lacrosse? Lacrosse? I don't know.
But you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
something
no,
you
you're right.
kind of recognize it and you're like, dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that a rancor?
New rock
totally
stars.
wicked.
New rock stars did that with the Loki gator and the crown. They
Okay.
put the
nice.
crown
Yeah.
gator on the shirts. That's kind of where I stole
Well,
the idea.
it's funny you say that. 'cause
Mando helmet.
I got an embroidery machine. I'm gonna try some shit out with now. 'Cause,
Dude,
it's just
nice.
about getting them small enough, or
Right.
like little lightsabers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something
Once
like that.
once we get the Order 6016 in Kenobi, it's just gonna be Anakin 2 501st Troopers, and it's just gonna be like me and the boys.
Yes, bro. I mean, if they give us some of that Jedi Temple stuff in Kenobi,
Oh, they will. Oh,
I'm-
they didn't make those 501st costumes for the Boba flashback.
bro. It's just fantastic. Well, and I mean, really, I got to be honest. I'm looking forward to the stories of Bad Batch right now, right? Because I just feel like there's so many little pearls they're going to give us,
Yeah.
right? Like that show is just filled with pearls and gems that everybody's I'm checking the background more often than I'm checking than I'm watching the characters in that show.
I feel like Bad Batch is just like this bridge throughout the timeline. It's like this show that like you don't necessarily have to see it, but the links that are all throughout it, it's like, oh man.
Well, and
Yeah,
especially if they're going to time jump, bro.
Right. And I hope they in the season 2 they do more of like the things they did in Ryloth, sort of do more of like, well, the Bad Batch is like kinda in it, but it's more about like stories and like perspectives of other people.
I mean,
Because
honestly,
I mean,
that whole
That was-
story was the story of Hera Syndulla. That's basically what I took. That and Gregor. Those are the two things I took
Right.
off in the Ryloth episode. Was
Well,
okay,
dude, I really liked the episode where they went inside that crashed Star Destroyer, and it was just
On
like
Braca.
on Braca.
yeah, like all the history of the war and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm really curious, like if they pick a side or if they, because when they went back, didn't they go back to the facility? Like they were still treated just like normal clones almost right up until the end.
Yeah, basically they went back after they went back at the beginning and were treated like normal clone troopers that were
Mhm.
following Order 66
Yeah.
until Crosshair went banana shit, and that's when
Yeah.
everything kind of went crazy.
Tarkin was suspect of them as soon as he got
Right.
there.
Well, everything
love
went
Tarkin,
sideways
man.
when they didn't kill the insurgents
Well, and then
Yes.
I mean,
and
it-
Crosshair, yup.
because they disobeyed orders, and well,
well, in the sight of a Jedi, a dead Jedi on a stretcher, kind of threw them where all the rest of the troopers were like normal day of duty, like so. there were a lot of red flags for them to kind of see that the Bad Batch wasn't on the right side, so to speak.
Mhm.
But I do like how I feel like the Martell sisters and Rex are more of the connection to the rebellion that people are really giving that little group credit for, right? Like Ahsoka here's my take on this. We see Ahsoka drop her sabers, right? And that's about the time that the Bad Batch become exiles, right? Right about the same time as Ahsoka's leaving her sabers behind and Rex and her take off. So immediately after that, where do Rex and Ahsoka go? They can't trust anybody in the entire galaxy. Every person that they ever trusted in the entire galaxy wants them dead. Anakin, all the senators, the chancellor, right? All of the clone troopers, all the Jedi
So-
are dead.
She goes into hiding in her book, right?
Right,
For
but
like a year.
She's got to drop off.
She
Rex
goes to Mart.
first.
Yeah.
Right.
The only people in the entire galaxy that Ahsoka trusts that are not
Martell
going to rat
sisters.
her out to the Empire are the Martell sisters, right? They are the key to starting the rebellion, right? They are the key because she links them up with Rex, and then she goes into hiding, and then Rex and the Martell sisters are looking for droid heads, are looking for information on the Empire to start building this rebellion piece by piece. So like really the Martell sisters are really at the core of the rebellion, and they don't really get the just deserves they kind of deserve.
They represented the people, just the people outside of this war and all the politics and the impact that it all had on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were there for, and it was to show Ahsoka a different perspective of the Jedi that she had never seen before. Because all she knew was
Martez.
I thought it was the Martez sisters.
It's
but
the
Martell sisters.
It is.
It probably is the Martell, but I used to always call them Martez.
It is the Martell, right? I am right. It's the I've been talking a lot of.
Wait, no, it's the Martez.
Okay.
yeah,
is.
it's Martez.
Okay, so I
there
was
you go. So I'm
tripping.
wrong. See,
You guys threw me off
Tomato,
because I thought I was saying it wrong this whole
no,
time.
you're right. You're right.
Troll in
Tomato,
the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do it. We got to do it, then, right? I mean, he's here. But yeah, I mean, I think one of these days I'm gonna CG X-Wing's face on his
Yes.
face at the end as he passes out.
Just call up Schmook and he's gonna deep
Yeah, I'm
fake
just
that
gonna
one.
shmook that shit.
Right? It should be you as that guy, and then you go to the dungeon, and the troll is X-Wing.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I just think I know a lot of people hated those storylines. I know a lot of people hated those characters as a whole. But I do feel like they're an important part of the Ahsoka story, right? Because at this point, she's got nobody to trust. That's why she goes into hiding. She's like, I don't know who to trust. I got to get out of here. Here, I trust these two chicks. Go hang out with them, Rex. Figure it out. Peace out.
Well, and also Rex is actively trying to save as many clones as possible. I mean,
Yeah.
Gregor, we know he's going to save Wolf at some point.
Who knows
And I
if we'll
mean, who
see
knows how
Brody?
many that
Yeah.
might just die, but he still saves or tries to save.
Yeah, I mean,
Hauser,
Yeah.
is he coming back?
well, and
Most
does
likely.
Hauser sacrifice himself for somebody else that ends up living, like Gregor or Wolf? Or
Yeah,
does he
Wolf
get
is
killed by?
still
Does Wolf
needs to be
kill
in the story.
Gregor? Or I'm sorry, kill Hauser, and that's how he, they get him. I mean, there's a lot of open windows.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know with the time jump. Like, it kind of left off with Gregor and, in my opinion, it was Gregor. The last time we saw them before they went back to Camino, they were with Gregor and Rex. So
Mhm.
what if they're still with them all like through the time jump and everything too, and they've kind of been chilling with them, trying to help other clones? Because that's, I mean, at this point, it's they care about themselves and like, I guess, maybe they want to help Rex a little bit, but I don't know how long they'll actually stay with them. Like,
Yeah.
it just brings a lot of questions.
Well, and like I said, I think this show opens us up to, Hera becoming part of the rebellion, Kanan become part, at least joining forces to do their own rebelling, not necessarily joining the larger rebellion. But there's a lot of room in this Bad Batch to give us a lot of backstory for the stuff that they're building, and that's what Dave did with Rebels. Right? There's so much connective stuff to what's happening right now in Mandoverse.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, and also, I mean, personally, I really enjoyed Bad Batch. I think, except for that one Lord of the Rings episode,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly enjoyed a lot of it because it
Yeah.
just had all of these like little nods. Honestly, if it was only that one episode where Scourge was in, like I'm just huge fan of like Republic Commando and stuff, and like the fact that Scourge gets his own moment, like really like parkouring around the elevator, then shooting Gregor 3 times, beating the shit out of Tech, and then taking like 5 stun shots before getting taken down. I mean, any EU fan like wet their pants in that scene.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that the they did a lot of good stuff in the show. I feel like there weren't a lot of people that really got into Rebels or Clone Wars that were watching in the beginning also, right? Like a lot of people had to do their homework after the fact because they were like, well, this is kind of cool. How
Hawks,
did this guy
What is
your
that? What happened?
homework?
Homework.
Gotta
Don't
do your
stress, I will be
homework.
here all night.
But I just feel like this show is really, and Dave is using this show as
And
an
here comes the
absolute
chat in 3, 2.
I feel like he's using this to connect a lot of dots and to give us a lot of backstory in what we're seeing now.
It's
Paul,
entirely
how you doing?
possible. I am doing well. How are you?
It's good to see you.
I just saw the movie Tenet.
Oh,
great
For the first
movie.
time?
So
the
good.
first time, yes, at the
Such a good
recommendation
movie.
of Matt Cave and Coffee on Corbin.
It's a great movie. It's even better on the second watch, so
Yeah, it is.
I
Oh, yeah,
suggest
I
watching
haven't-
it again.
I'm going to for sure.
It's a
I
requirement. I
love
think.
that movie.
Yes,
I
for
watched
Tenet,
it the first time myself just the other night, and as soon as the credits were rolling, my wife and I were already talking about watching it again. We're like,
Yeah.
It's so
we got to
good.
go back in knowing what
literally,
we
when
know
I
now.
watched it in the cinema, like I think the next day I went again because I was like, yeah, there's no way I can leave it on that one.
You guys
Mm,
like Tenet, you should watch Inception or Interstellar.
I have
well,
seen- I have
obviously,
seen
Inception.
Inception.
Come on.
Inception.
haven't
Oh,
watched
Honestly,
Inception's so good.
Tenet
haven't
reminded
watched
me
Inception.
actually a lot of Inception.
Well, it was kind of made by the dude who made Inception.
Dude,
True.
Interstellar was great. Just the
Interstellar was
science.
amazing.
I mean, it was
The
sort of
science of
Christopher Nolan.
Interstellar was absolutely fantastic.
There's like theories that those are all connected universes too.
I wrote my final
Interstellar
paper in
and
high
Wild.
school on Interstellar.
I gotta watch
Well, if
this
that's
movie.
true,
Now.
where does the Dark Knight trilogy fit in that?
Well, that's its own. That's the trilogy for its own, and nothing connects to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
That's funny.
So yeah, I understand y'all were talking the Bad Batch, and I have my own thoughts I want to ask you guys about. An idea. How would you guys react if the Bad Batch ended with Darth Vader killing the Bad Batch?
I'd be
I'm
fine
all
with
for
that.
it.
Badass.
I've been saying that since the first time
Oh,
I showed
yeah.
up on Nerd Theory.
I
Put the
want
501st behind Vader, and we got a deal.
if that happens, I want Vader to come out like messed up like he did against Ahsoka in Rebels, right? I want them to exploit his bad technology a little
Dude,
bit,
he's not gonna have a scratch.
right? Like
Yeah,
No.
He's
I mean,
gonna
I
play
want
with
him to
Wrecker. He's gonna
absolutely
choke
decimate
Hunter.
them.
It's just gonna be
But I gotta
Sorry,
see,
think about this.
Tech using that tech be like, oh, we gotta electrocute him a little
Oh,
bit, like
dude.
we gotta put him
No,
in some
I would assume at this
water.
point he's not in the Palpatine suit, and he'd have something dialed into his liking.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
Right.
this:
Trouble.
their
They're in
first
big
mistake, their first mistake was knowing him as Anakin. He already knows their weaknesses.
Yeah,
It's
Well,
over
yeah.
for them.
Literally.
They're done. He's
It's
not
over
gonna
for
get a
them.
single scratch. He's gonna be
I
fine.
don't think it would be like an out and out. I don't think he would outright crush them. I think they would stand somewhat of a chance because Bad Batch takes place just months after Episode 3. Vader is nowhere even close to being used to the armor that he has. So the
And
Force aside,
it's still that raggedy ass shit suit that Palps gave him, right? That's not even with any new
Possibly,
upgrades.
But
or
Bad
yeah.
Batch
anything.
Season 2 is like the first episode is gonna be around 2 years after Season 1. So
That's kind of what we think. Well, they've alluded to that.
They
The Kiner
alluded to
brothers did. Yes. So
I assume.
yes,
But assuming it
it's
takes
gonna there's gonna
place-
be a time jump.
assuming it takes place immediately though after Season 1 ended, the only way Darth Vader is winning that is indeed through the Force and through his lightsaber. His suit, that's going to be working against him instead of with him.
Well, and
True.
after a couple years, I mean, he's gone through some damage after a couple years in his suit, and he's modified it a little bit. So, it's I would like to see. I mean, I would like to see some of that. What's the word I'm looking for? I would like to see Echo be the thing that throws him off, right?
Mm.
Almost like a moment when Anakin comes out of Vader, right? Kind of like that Ahsoka moment, right? Because
I
lost-
I don't know if it would
about
be the
that.
same.
he lost a soldier,
but-
right? And Anakin, that's something that always really he didn't like leaving people behind, and Echo was one of the ones that was kind of like,
But he's Darth Vader.
I think
I know.
if
I don't
anything,
think Echo is enough to push him over that edge.
Yeah.
I think if anything,
I think only Padme.
if the presence of Echo was going to affect Vader at all, it would be after Echo has already been killed by Vader. Like he realizes that he killed Echo after the fact, and that's when it screws him up.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Perhaps in his little
So-
hyperbaric chamber.
Okay. Before I head out of here, because I do got to go here in a minute, but how many seasons do we think the Bad Batch will be? Because when it first came out, I kind of thought it would be like 4 or 5, and we get the long kind of long
I was
form.
also
But
under the impression it was a one and done. In fact, I'm pretty sure they said that at the very beginning, but they announced the season 2 as the finale of season 1 was happening. So I will honestly be surprised if we get a third season.
see, I was never under the impression of that. I started my channel right as the Bad Batch was starting. And I remember listening to a lot of the stuff at the time, and at the very beginning of the Bad Batch, I was like, "There's gonna be probably a season 2." And I never thought that there would be only one season, just because there's no way Dave is telling. Like, I know Dave isn't even like fully involved. It's like more just his characters and George's characters and everything. But like, I never like. What's the point of making a 1-season animated series, especially with the Bad Batch?
I mean, they did that with the Clone Wars micro series, technically.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not even canon.
I feel like at this point you have to do a minimum of 3 seasons with an animation.
That's actually the exact reason that George went back to create the Clone Wars, because of the micro series. He didn't, not that it was bad, but it wasn't the vision he had for the Clone Wars. So he went back and retold it in his own vision. That was 8 seasons, almost 7 seasons.
Well, and
My bad.
also that was a different time. I mean, and
Yeah.
those 2. I mean, it was more like 2 mini movies than 2
Yeah.
like seasons. So
yeah.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, it seems to me that if they plan this to be a one and done, cool. But I feel like the pace and the tempo kind of showed that they were opening an onion, right? That they weren't. This isn't just skinning a fruit, right? Where you take one layer off and you're done. Like, this is an onion they're unpeeling, right? This is a lot of depth into everything that's going on here. We're seeing a lot of characters, and yeah,
to your point too, like I did at one point, I was like, well, if it is a 1 season thing, like maybe it ends with Vader coming to Camino and just decimating all of them, and that's kind of how we leave them off, and that would have kind of been I think, a satisfying conclusion.
Yeah, but now Camino's gone, so all bets are off.
But I still think that could happen in the long run, like something like that. I don't know. I personally think the Bad Batch is set up for a very long run, even though a lot of people didn't enjoy the first season. That's generally how the animated seasons go.
Personally, I was just
you're
kind of
good.
about Bad Batch.
I know a lot of people
there was stuff I liked, but stuff I didn't like, just like with Boba.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I think. I mean, again, it's just like Ahsoka the first season she came out.
Though they didn't break character arcs with Bad Batch and Boba, they did, but
yeah, and like I said, I feel like this is a time when this show in particular is more about building characters and backstory and characters for Andor, for Ahsoka, for all this stuff. So, Sheev, you get out of here. I know you got to jump. You got the eyes going. You're like,
you're good, bro.
Looking at the clock.
Much love, guys.
But yeah,
take care, Padme.
Peace out.
You're never gonna get rid of that one.
No, I won't. That's all right though. I'll embrace it.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like there's at least going to be a couple seasons, just because if they're going to continue for the next 2 years to give us new live action content, what a great way to tell backstory than to put it in an animated show that's going to release 2 seasons a year potentially.
Yeah,
like that's a great way to sew fabric into what they're building.
And I could see them doing that, and I could see it working. I guess ultimately I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong if this is indeed more than 2 seasons.
Well, we'll find out soon.
Yeah.
I mean, basically at the end of May, beginning of June, we'll know, because I'm sure they'll put out an announcement if there's a 3rd season,
True.
the same way right after the season ends or right after Kenobi or something.
So one question I have, because I've only heard about it, but is Bad Batch now releasing before Kenobi?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
What?
So,
That's what I heard.
but
Yeah,
then it means
I gotta
because
look
it's
at
probably
this.
going to have the
Came
same
from-
amount of episodes. It's going to overlap, right?
I don't know where that comes
I could have swore that they were saying a May release for Bad Batch.
Yeah,
and
that's
Bad
what I
Batch,
heard too.
and
so-
Kenobi
I
is
just looked
releasing
this up.
the
I
25th.
just looked this up on editorials24.com. Bad Batch Season 2 will be published on October 7th, 2022.
Oh, that's different from everything that
Okay,
I've been hearing
that's-
this month.
Yeah, I
And this
don't know.
article was written...
Maybe they thought it
wait,
is
this is-
actually a bad idea.
Wait a minute, that was February 26th. Let me see if I can find something more recent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
I
think
I
it's
thought
kinda
they
weird.
mentioned it was going to
Weird
be a
info
May
on that.
4th episode or something like that, because they have to release something this year, May the 4th, or everybody's going to burn the house down.
Yes.
Like the villagers are going to grab their clone armor and pitchforks, and we're going to storm Lucasfilm's.
I already pitched the idea. At some point, we just gotta suit up as 501st troopers in front of the Star Cruise and just completely raid that shit.
And
Yeah,
if it's delayed and if it's pushed back, cool, that's fine. I mean, not
Yeah,
overlapping is a good idea.
Them being the most recent article I found from Game Ranks, here I'll actually screen share it, is talking about the fact that it was indeed delayed. So
Oh, okay.
here it is.
Maybe it was originally going to
Here it
come
is
out
right
in May,
here.
now pushed back to October. Mm-hmm.
So let me see. It's only listed apparently on Star Wars Insider as coming soon. No concrete date with that. So really, it could come out anytime.
I could have swore I heard somebody on stream.
It was listed as a tag of spring 2022, but now it's listed as coming soon.
And that's fine, as long as I mean, shoot, dude, drop it in July. That way we have something in the summer before Andor in August. I'm all about that. Yeah, it just seems it seems like a game's releasing, Kenobi's coming out, Jedi Fallen Order 2 will give us a name and release date potentially. It seems like there's a lot of good stuff coming up in the next 2 months, and that I think we should all be excited about it. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I think Celebration could be crazy, and they have like a bunch of stuff stacked up. They've just been waiting to tell us
the
about
fact that
it.
they're releasing Kenobi the Wednesday before Celebration is
Mm.
maddening. That is just madness.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Yes,
that.
it's on the 25th,
Yeah.
and Celebrations is that weekend.
Wow.
Everyone's just gonna be binging it before
Bro.
they go.
I
They
mean,
want to see wars getting waged.
I'll probably be up that midnight watching, and then I might try to go to Galaxy's Edge the day before Celebration. That way, because I know during Celebration it's going to be a madhouse.
Oh, I believe it.
So in fact, a better idea
Travel alone.
would be go Tuesday, then go home and go to Galaxy's Edge, do all the fun Jedi stuff, and then watch Kenobi, take a nap, and then watch Kenobi that night. That might be
I
an
can see
idea.
that.
Game plan.
So yeah, Celebration's gonna be mad. I can't wait. This next 6 weeks, it's gonna be fire. I'm excited to hang out with my friends on Monday, because everybody hates Mondays.
Yeah,
nobody
No.
likes
It's the
Mondays.
law.
So I figured, you know what? Let's let everybody come on and just show us their Monday fatigue. Come in, grab a scotch, grab a cocktail, whatever you like, and enjoy and try to enjoy the rest of the day.
Love it.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
Mondays are tough for most people.
Yes.
So I'm glad you guys could be here. We've been going a couple hours, and honestly, it's been fun to watch some people come over from Nerd Theory. I've had a good time with that. Even if you stayed 5 minutes, that's probably my favorite chat of the day. Came over from Nerd Theory. Oh, sweet.
I ditched them for you.
Oh, and they were reading super chats, and I
Give
got
me
bored, so I
appreciation.
came over. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, guys, I'm getting a little hungry, and it's about supper time here on the West Coast. But
any chance we could do some Mario Kart tonight?
I think me and Matt Cave are going to be doing the cycle.
I'm
Kinda
jumping in the
finally got our
cycle.
time lined up to
What's
play
that?
this new game. It's a new game, a looter shooter. I think you can still get in on the beta.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on. Yeah, I
Where do
don't
I
know
get
if you know,
Steam
but
and Epic.
Hawks has become a looter shooter lately.
It's similar to
Yeah.
like Fortnite vibes, but you go in, you have to get out to bring your stuff out. If you die in the map, you don't get you don't recover any of that stuff. It's kind of cool.
Tarkov meets Fortnite.
Yes,
Interesting.
it's very similar actually.
Okay.
Well, I don't think I'll be able to join you this time because I'm currently
Mhm.
working on getting all of my stuff on my computer re-downloaded because I
Been
had
there.
some stuff go wrong with trying to mod Skyrim.
Oh
So
boy.
I'm trying to fix that.
Copy
But-
that. Yeah, let's chat in the Discord and see if we can see who's around. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Anybody got anything going on besides looters and shooters?
Well, of course, tomorrow night is Tuesday Night Trek. This coming Friday, no matter what, is Animation Friday. And
By hook or
Also-
by crook, we're doing it.
Yes. Even if I got to do it myself. Great. But
Well, as
also,
always, if you need a sub, you call me for Animation Friday. If you need a sub,
absolutely. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to invite you anyways because we're about to get into the Night Sisters arc.
right on.
Yep.
Right on. I think I got the night
Nice.
off. So hit me up. Send me a link. I'm more than happy to sub if you need one of these guys bails out on you, Eva.
Okay. Also, save the date, April 12th, because April 12th, we're going to be doing a special stream on my channel, The Star Wars Guys, for the 1-year anniversary of the channel's creation. And it's just gonna
nice.
be an open pop-in chill stream.
Nice.
that.
Happy anniversary. That's great.
Thank you.
Cool. Strike, you got anything going on?
Nothing
When
right
are we gonna
now.
build some more Legos?
Oh well, I mean, you still need
I
to
still
get
got-
your
I
Razor
still got
Crest
a
build, right?
Big ass Razor Crest back there that
Hell
I'm waiting.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
waiting
Once
for
you
the
got
time where we
time,
can
we're
link
gonna
up
do
so we
another
can
one.
do it.
Hell yeah.
That
Yeah,
Razor
it's
Crest
Strike
is
underscore
for Strike's
71, the
channel.
Talking Bricks. Hell yeah.
That Razor Crest is waiting for Talking Bricks. That's not getting put together anywhere else but
I
talking.
mean,
bricks.
I got mine standing right over there.
Yeah,
That's
buddy. Oh, look at that.
Ooh,
Sonic
nice.
the Hedgehog. That is so sick.
It's
Well,
cool.
I mean, if you want to go on too, we can arrange that as well. I mean,
Yeah, dude. Like I said, let me know, and if I'm not working, I'm there, dude. I
Hell yeah.
literally have been looking at that thing, going, "Man, I can't wait to put the rituals together." I'm so excited because it'll be really like one of my first big instruction book builds, right? Like I'm a kid
Ooh.
who grew up on Legos playing, making my own Death Star, making my own stuff. I didn't
Right.
have a set with boxes and bags of sections. So yeah, this will be one of
that's
the
gonna
first
be a fun
experience.
one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It'll be so much fun because you'll be really the first person to watch me do a big build.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the last time we had someone like you on was Avela. She was like also like building her like one of the more bigger sets for the first time.
That was
At the
so
end of the
awesome.
stream, she had tape and a huge ass hammer in her hand. So it's gonna be a good one. I
Yes,
think.
yes, and I'm awful with directions. When I get the IKEA furniture, I throw away the directions and just go for it. So it's going to be awesome.
I was watching that stream. I was just waiting for Avella to just lose it.
I was like, okay, when's she gonna just gonna smash that thing?
That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, I really hope to get on there soon so that we can because I've been dying to put that thing together. It's been sitting there in that half box forever, and I am so pumped to. There you go, the boy Steve. You got your wish. You're a mod. kick out the Russian bots. He's pushing the channel. So yeah, I can't wait to get on Talking Bricks and put that Razor Crest together. Scotty,
Hell
what do you
yeah.
got? You got looters and shooters? Nope, you're muted.
It's always muted.
Nope, you're muted. I did it again.
Yeah, no, we're good. I'm over here playing the Cycle Frontier beta until that ends, but I'm playing a lot of Tarkov. These games are realistic shooter type, high stakes, high risk, high reward kind of stuff. So
Love it. And we got down on some of the new Fortnite tonight, got our asses kicked by some 12-year-olds in tanks and blimps.
Dude,
so
Obsession, we got to get a stream going sometime soon with this new Fortnite build, because that was right up our alley, dude.
Bro, that
and
was
it's only for like a week from what I've heard. So
that no builder clause in Fortnite right now, if you're a Fortnite person, that get on now so the kids can't build their little forts to shield them from, like, the point of the game is to not get shot. I'm like going bush to bush, like hiding behind trees and rocks, and this week all the kids are just running out like, I don't know what to do.
Oh, dude.
It's hilarious.
Obsession, after this week, because Hawks and I are planning on doing it, you should join us on PUBG.
Yes.
So we can get an entire format.
That game
squad
has a lot of
together.
updates too, and has changed a lot from when
Right,
I played.
it's
So
so good.
Yeah,
And I tell you what, I will join you guys on Fortnite. That way, I can actually lose to you guys for once.
No, come play on our squad. We suck. It's great.
Dude,
the 12-year-old kick our butts. Especially
People
right
carry
now.
me in Fortnite all
right
the
now
time.
is
right
what's,
now.
what's,
like
what's
me
the
and
name of the squad? The loser batch?
me and Matt didn't finish better than like
Sag
three,
batch.
better
we
than
got
like
second
third
place like every
second.
time out.
Yeah, they
the
are.
Second
legit.
I vaulted over a wall, I looked at my son. I was like, now they're all in big trouble.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I was playing with Metalorian and we were finishing second. We couldn't get a win, man. All of the sweaties are on Fortnite because the season just upgraded. So everybody's back to zero. Everybody's learning how to run and dash and jump and climb and all this new stuff that's
Changed
going
all
on.
the mantling and all of them.
Yeah, everything changed. The weapons are upgraded. There's some old stuff, but then there's some new stuff. There's some. There's C4, so you can like set traps. I was setting traps like crazy when we were playing with Matt Cave. It was just like, oh my god! It was every time you turn around with somebody that hasn't played the new season. Like we were playing with Lainey for a round, and she was like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" Right? It was great. It was so good. So yeah, we're definitely gonna get down on some Fortnite gaming soon. Animation Friday for Paul, looters and shooters. Matt Cave is always doing some vintage gaming. I don't know what. We never know what's coming out. Bye, Paul.
I'm waiting for the next Obi-Wan stream.
Yeah,
that game. Honestly, I didn't even know about it before he played it, and it's just it looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, we're gonna be finishing that real soon. because we're close.
Matt needs a whiteboard so that he can be like, okay, I'm this far in this game. I'm this far. We're gonna do this game.
You know
we
what?
still got to catch up because he's got
That's
like
what I'm putting on this wall right here.
yeah, bro. You need a gaming wall to know what you got to finish because you've got so many games going on. It's awesome. I love everything you're doing over there. It's great, dude. Cool guys. Well, let's get out of here. Thank you everybody for stopping by. The boy Steve, you got your wrench. Now you should be happy. Go ahead and kick out all those Russian bots. You can let the Ukrainian bots stay, but the Russian bots got to go. And thank you everybody who stopped in. X-Wing, Master Paul, you four guys, Aiden, everybody, thank you for being here. I just wanted to have a Monday stream. It seemed like everybody was stressed out that I talked to today. Everybody was just like, I need a break.
Me and Matt Cave are about to stream this game right now. I think I'm
so
trying to
I'm jumping over to your stream.
My
I'm gonna
Jedi
be in the
master.
chat on your stream. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming by. I appreciate you guys. And as always, please be safe. Take care of your loved ones. Love your pets. And have a great night. And as always,